Hello, hi everybody. It's your favorites, David Oman, coming to you on Wednesday night, July 23rd, 2025. All I know is right as I was going on live, the cat tears Paul's ass down the stairs and runs down, and all I hear is meow, meow. Hey, Sam. In any event, where am I? Evie said, where does it look like I am? Where I'm always at home. Um, Not much, PJ. Hell, we got 11 people already on. All right, that's good. Moonlight. Here he is. Yes, Jay. Merry birthday. Lay off the edibles there, David. Hello, David from Manchester. Thanks, John. Nice to be. I appreciate that. Lively as ever. Yeah, Kara. It was nice talking to you earlier today on the phone. Hopefully something will come of it. I did call and leave a message for Rob Lowe, so I appreciate that. Who knows, we'll see what happens. By the way, you guys have got to check out in the description, there's a link to Friday Beers Scared and Impaired. They were here a couple of weeks ago shooting a video. I was so up their ass. I was just so irritated by some of the stuff they were doing. One of the guys was sitting there banging the crap out of the bell. And I said, Jobin, and I said, if you do that one more time, I'm going to shove that bell so far up your ass, you're going to wear it for the rest of your life. I swear to God, it was just like there was just something about some people that when they do things, it's like it pushes a button, and he was pushing a button, and it was just, you could see in the video, it's hysterical. I was just getting on them, and then they were going off about the spirit box, and I'm like, I got very irritated because they were like the spirit box this, and it's like shush, 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 shush. I go, oh my God, it said Dave, and I said, I didn't hear any vocalization that I could interpret with an eardrum. I mean, I don't know what you're listening to. What are you interpreting? So, thanks, Kira. Yeah, Tate, boy, were they ever. Hi, Dana. Thank you. I had to wear this. I couldn't just wear any. It's the birthday, ghost shirt. I blame the French. Very funny. The crew. Did you guys see it? It's got like already 17,000 views in like 7 hours. I'm like, damn, that's blowing up. Jesus. And people like rousing on me, going, David's the scariest thing. I think David committed the Comanche murders. And I'm going, these Gen Zers are so, how should I say Gen Zs, whatever the Gen is, that is so coddled, where you basically, they don't understand that somebody's scolding somebody and they can't understand what that means because nobody's ever said to them, oh, Reggie scared the crap out of me. It was Reggie. That they're wrong. That they've never been told they're wrong. They've never been in the situation where their ideas have been challenged or confronted. And when you do that, they get a little bit like, oh my God, I don't like the way you're talking to me, and they get so personalized and personalize the scenario where you're saying, look, just because you were given this little device that's a scanner that scans the, oh Jesus, what are you guys writing here? The Scared and Impaired video. Look up Friday Beers and you'll see Scared and Impaired. Now they could frame me, whatever. Thanks, PJ. Appreciate that. Wow, happy birthday to your sister then. Yes, please hit the like button. Thanks, Evie. And buy a copy of the book. Well, I did pin it. Goes to Cielo Drive. That's right. Go get yourself a copy, and I will sign this for you tonight on my birthday and inscribe it. But as I was saying, they have the ghost box. I said, look, this, as I said, the ghost box doesn't do anything. I said, secondly, even if it is a spirit's transmission, you can't understand it, and you can't even say that it's a spirit's voice because it's a radio intercept. that they're picking up a bit and piece of. I said, so it's not even a real ghost spirit's voice. I said, I've got disembodied voices here because these cameras, as you guys have seen in the past, we've recorded voices. Oh, timeout. Speaking of voices, I'm going to start the show and I'm going to turn off the aquarium so the filter's not blowing us up. So, all right. I hate to do this. I got to do this one. This, there, got it. As I was saying, we won't have that disruption of the sound of voices coming from the aquarium now. I like the number 14. What's the number 14? Yeah, the fish tank is the fish tank is off, Kara. I might have to know, are you cool with the Friday beers, guys? I was supposed to let them back. Yeah, you know, like I said, I don't mind that kind of stuff. The bell? Oh, the freaking bell. I'm so sorry. Here's the bell, kids. There we go. It's a little robot. Yeah, I like carrot cake. Carrot cake's great. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Oh, that's a 1975 brick one. My dad had one, and I ended up painting a scale painting of the car. So that's what that is. Concerned, my wife is working on your site to purchase. Oh, thanks, Concerned. I'm really happy to hear that. What did you get at Jack in the Box? I got the Supreme Croissant and the double smashed Jack bacon cheeseburger. I was so hungry. That was stupid me. I should have gone. So what can I get for free since it's my birthday? But I didn't. What's good? I was, of course, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. So hard to believe that. It was delicious, especially when you're hungry and it's your birthday and you haven't had anything to eat the whole day. Did a smash burger. Yeah, that's some kind of a smash burger. I forgot. It was good, though, double. Yeah, same here. I don't go to the fast food restaurants. I usually make my own food here at the house. Well, thank you. I'm very happy to hear that. By the way, I've got a special for you guys tonight. I'm going to share with you guys a video I made called The Original Bachelor's Barbecue Show. I'm just trying to think. I think I might even have, this would be even the best. You're going to love this. We ended up having the thing premiere, even though it was just a video. The first video was called The Original Bachelor's Barbecue Show, and I'll show it to you. And it's an instructional video. It's funny. It's funny, but it's instructional. It shows you how to make barbecue ribs and Texas potatoes and garlic bread. I kid you not. It's good. It's a good little video. What's funny is that in September of 2000, we ended up getting a shot at going to the Playboy Mansion, and at 6 in the morning. So we would be on live at 6:45 and 7:15 on, what was it, KTTV, which is Fox News, Good Day LA, for 2 segments. They would do a live remote from the Playboy Mansion, and we were there making barbecue breakfast. I will show you the video. It is hysterical. They brought a couple of Playboy Playmates. It was the funniest thing I've ever done, and I pulled it all off. I will find that video as well, but I'm going to show you the actual Bachelor's Barbecue Show video. No, I've not been following the Cronenberg case. Another crazy police chase happening right now. The driver is driving an SUV like a sports car. That's because it's probably a Porsche SUV. Hey, Matt, how are you? Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that, by the way. I'd fix you dinner. You can eat with my husband. He's still working on recovery from a stroke. Oh, Jesus, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Weeze, what's going on? Where's the chase? David, did you hear of the jealous lady ghost that haunted 10,050? No, Gary, I never heard of that. I'm only laughing because what the f is that about? Sounds like Top Gear. Yeah, well, at the time, the Playboy Mansion was with Hefner. Hefner was alive in there, so we sent him up a rack of ribs, and he really enjoyed them. Apparently, we asked him because he thought they were great. It's like, good, I'm very happy. But he had the monkeys in the monkey cage who were jerking off and hurling their shit at us. I'll never forget. And they had the peacocks. It was a large estate. It was very cool because we got there early, so it says, all right, you got time you can walk around now. You've set up, because in between the 6:45 and the 7:45 live remote from the mansion, we had an hour to kill. So we walked around. It was cool. I'll never forget that we went inside the house, the mansion, and it was like a time capsule. And you guys wouldn't understand this. I don't think. Well, yeah, some of you probably would. I take that back. It was like it had shag carpets in the playroom, and I felt like I was walking back into 1974. The furniture had that feel. It was just, the Playboy Mansion here. Need your rib recipe, yeah. But it was just so trippy, and it had lots of energy that goes way, way back because the place wasn't built for Hefner. He bought it in like 60 something or other. And I'm telling you, that place was built in like the 20s. It just had. Oh, and then we went into the grotto, and the grotto was like, oh God! I said, my God, it's like it reeks of chlorine vapor. And the guy said, yeah, says, you know how much chlorine and acid we put in this thing to kill the freaking bacteria in the drink. And I was like, I can't imagine going in that swimming in that because it's horrible, he said. Yeah, I like Top Gear. That was a crazy show. That was. Oh, the bowling pin? That's from the TV show Ed. And I've also got the shirt, the bowling shirt from Stucky's Bowl. That's Ed's. That is monogrammed from Ed, and with Ed's name in it from the TV show. So, my my business partner, my executive producer. I was going to say is my executive producer, business partner, Paul Mason, who had passed away, gave me that to sell, along with the shirt. Yeah, it was orange, as I recall, orangish red, and it was just, I'm telling you, Weeze, it just. Oh, you're in another spot. Okay, I thought it was mine. It was just, it really was. To be honest with you, Louise, it just had a feel of, I can't describe it. It's still in my head 25 years later. No, Ed, the TV show, was about a guy named Ed. Hi, Thomas. And it just had this, yeah, I can't describe it. It just, seediness. It was just, it was what it was. Thank you, Concerned Planet. I appreciate that. Yeah, the grotto was like I said. Thanks, spirits. Thank you. Yeah, the grotto. It was a trip, and I was like not impressed because it felt like a scene, like it was a set, but it wasn't. It just, just thinking about it was just. The Playboy Mansion is not all that was choked up to be. I'm telling you that. I walked around inside a little and I was like going. And that again is 25 years ago. Since that time, Hugh Hefner's died. There's new owners, and it was really disgusting. And of course, there were some pictures of some of his favorite playmates and stuff that were framed in these frames. And I'm going, okay, I remember her. I remember her. Yeah, there were, in the bathroom there was some Playboy magazines. Well, no shit, right? But it just had this. It just felt like And I was thinking, God, could you imagine with a lot of people in this place in a party scene? And I'm going, no, 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 no. It just, thank you. And they said no as well. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, it just was what it was. Yeah, Gene Simmons was there. Well, Gene Simmons married one of the Playmates of the Year. That's probably why. Charlie, if you're here, smack the bell. Les, bad news for you, Les. He's got a fireside chat. He's got a fireside seat down in hell. And it's been a reservation. He's been waiting for a long time. And it's going nowhere until such time as he's out of the picture. But that's all eternity. So I don't think he's going to be making his way up here anytime soon. Do you understand that, Les, sugar? I hope that was a good impression of Charlie. The White House with Clinton and Lewinsky. What are you talking about? We're talking about the Playboy Mansion, John. Jesus Christ, John, you make it sound like there haven't been other people besides Monica Lewinsky who gave Bill Clinton a blowjob, and he, I mean, let's be honest. That's in the Oval Office. You think that's like the first time that's ever happened in either a Republican or a Democrat administration? Who the hell do you think? Wow. What do you think that all those guys that were president were somehow, and I don't want to say that because that'd be even worse, were something holier than thou and were like puritanically clear? Are you nuts? Well, just because he got caught doesn't mean there were plenty of other things that other people were doing in there that were tawdry with other things. I mean, you really should examine history before you go casting stones because somebody got caught. And do you think that was the only affair that somebody had in the Oval Office? I find it so amusing. My good God, man, you really, that cracks me the fuck up. There's something in the room. Well, that's because there's something. Wait. Hey, Hyde, your book's on its way, Kai. I told you. Well, right now, what I have on there is the video, the original Bachelor's Barbecue show, but I turned the volume down, so it's actually playing. So what you're seeing is the light changing on the wall, the image, and you're seeing that's all that is. It's not a ghost. And I'll be the first to tell you if it is or it isn't. I don't lie. I have nothing to destroy my credibility about things. Don't bring up the black light. Oh my God. Those Lincoln bedroom to talk. Yeah, Padriak, you don't even know how many people have slept in that room that, were having affairs and doing much far worse things. I mean, yes, the cigar thing, that's pretty creative. I'm sorry, I've smoked cigars and I've had girlfriends and I've had both at the same time, and it's never crossed my mind to do something so curious as that. Let's be serious. That's curious. David's cooking. Thanks, Tate. I appreciate that. Hey, Master Small Ray, Sam Ray, sorry. Appreciate that. Oh, thanks, PJ. I appreciate that. Of course, Steve, I promise. I keep my promises. I don't like the bullshit. So, Kira, is there a song associated with the barbecue? Yeah, as a matter of fact, there is, and that's why it's not on YouTube. There was a song called Hot Barbecue. Go look it up on YouTube and go type in, I forgot, what was it, Jack? Jack Mack or something. Look up Hot Barbecue Tonight, the video. It's a song. It's like a 2-minute song, and we lifted it, and they wanted like $5,000 for the licensing. I said, I'm not going to license that for a gosh darn video that we're selling. I said, no. And this is before the internet really was anything 25 years ago. So, oh, stop it, Les. God, check your email, please, from Concern Planet in the subject line. All right, hold on. Let's do this. All right, email. Which email did he send it to? Oh, look at that, from Concern Planet. Oh, we have 2 books that came through. Oh, wait, what does it say? From Concerned Planet. Can you please sign the book to Rick and Christy? Yes, Concerned Planet. I can. Yes, Rick, I can do that. Or Christy, whichever the 2 of you it is. Shannon the Sweeter. Yes, Shannon is still a sweeter. Shannon, who's Shannon? I don't even know Shannon. Sharon is Sharon, but that's not Shannon. I know Concerned Planet, the whole place would light up. Thanks, Les. I appreciate that. Jack McDuff. I think that might be it. Jack McDuff. And it's like, McDuff. I said, oh my God, you were talking about that on your lives. Wouldn't need the neon, LOL. So, like I said, don't worry. Don't. Friday Beer sent me, hey, Sam, I'm glad you got to see that. I'm not as bad as the video in Friday Beers was, because, I mean, I was irritated. I mean, first of all, Jobin was like this, bam, bam, bam. And I was like, what? And I said, that's a device that costs $400. I didn't pay for it. Somebody bought it for me and gave it as a gift. So I'm telling you, if you fuck up the mechanism, I said, and really nice and clear, I said, you're going to owe me $400 to replace it. That was it. And he just kept like, oh, I know how to push David's buttons. And it's like, Jobin, you just keep pushing my buttons and I'm just going to get more. He goes, yeah, that's great. I want that for the video. I want that for the video. I said, so you like conflict, is that? He goes, yeah, conflict is good. Conflict is good. So again, Sam, I'm not like that. And like I said, I was trying to explain to them that, hey, Tate, that when you're doing an EVP session, you don't need to sit there and use this little device. The house is so wired with cameras that if we're just sitting here talking, you might hear something and we review the footage, and this camera here has picked up the audio of somebody speaking. It's not one of us. Oh, thanks, Sam. The fix, honestly, you know, Sam, you're here tonight. I'm going to be sharing with you the barbecue video on how to make barbecue baby back ribs. A, because it's my birthday. B, because it's summer, and it's a video that we haven't been able to put on YouTube because the music is copyrighted, and they gave us a warning. If you ever send this up again, we're going to take it down. We're going to ban you from YouTube. It's already copyrighted. We've warned you once. So I'm going to share with you guys the video on how to make the ribs. Well, no, Les, it's first I saw you Ghost Adventures episode 2. I was curious what the big difference between working with them and working with the Fighting Bears guys. Well, Ghost Adventures, you know, this 14 years ago, didn't have me in the house when they were shooting, first of all. Second of all, Ghost Adventures didn't have all the cameras here. So my cameras weren't in the house, so we weren't doing that. And now we're talking. Good. Samuel, enjoy the instructional video. It helps. It's not just see, the bell is this. It's this piece inside of there. That's the $400 part. It's an electromagnetic field receiver that's connected to the bell so that when something interferes with the electromagnetic field, it rings the bell. That's why it's so much money. Look it up. It's called the dead bell. Kira, when you come down to LA, I promise I'll make some baby back ribs for you, okay? So that's that. Hi, Audra. My ribs are incredible. I am not bullshitting you an inch at all. So look, since I've yabbered so much, I've already been on for 26 minutes. No less. No, less sugar. It doesn't work like that. there's a device in there so that it's picking up the electromagnetic fields, like a K2 meter or it'd be a K2 meter, right? Because the REM pod is a proximity beacon, and the K2 meter works as an electromagnetic field meter. So that's a K2 meter that's in this, that's connected to this. I know, I should, God. All right, Pad, let me know. Like I said, by the way, American Ghost Walks has got their event. They're still working out the kinks and the details for the live stream. But look, with 2.5 weeks left, he said definitely by tomorrow he'll have all the information figured out as far as that, as far as the ticket location. But again, it's 2 weeks from Friday night. It'll be one night only that'll be live streaming. And it'll be live streaming. It'll be $5 a pop. And that'll go from like 7 o'clock to like 1 in the morning. That'll be incredible. Scott Michaels will be here. I'm going to see who else we can gather up to be here. Well, thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that. Charlie and Sharon and Ozzy could also ring a regular bell and say that he was Lindsay Lohan merch. I'm not spending a penny on Lindsay Lohan merch. Not funny, lads. I have an old millimeter. It's precise than K2. Yeah, no, the millimeters are good. I think they're better than the K2, but you really need is a DC EMF meter. K2 registers only AC, so it's really not that effective with spirits. Yeah, or the flashlight, yeah. Well, look, thank you, John. I appreciate that, and I still love your name, God. Hung like a horse, Holmes. Let's go in and I want a Lindsay Lohan lunchbox or T-shirt. Les, go look on eBay. Maybe you'll find one. Don't look at me though. I don't have it. But like I said, you guys have got to check out this. Look, if you want, after you watch the, I don't know if that'll work. If I show you guys the video here, they'll fucking scratch me out because I'll be showing somebody else's video. I don't think I can do that. Like I said, the link is in the description. So after I click off, go check that out. It is funny as hell. I mean, I'm just challenging them about the stupid, the spirit box. It is so funny. I would love a Boo Bear. You mean a K2 meter built into the bear, the stuffed bears? I've seen those. No narcs allowed in David's chat. Who's a narc? Tate, who's the narc? Tell me. Who's the narc? Oh, that's a classic. Why don't we go in and I'll queue up the video and you guys can watch it. It's only like 20 minutes long, but it's hysterical. You guys will crack up. So let's take you in and you guys can watch the original Bachelor's Barbecue Show. And don't forget, grab yourself this book. Well, the book's there. It says Goes to Cielo Drive at the very, very bottom, which is really not a good place to put it. It should be on top, just like everybody wants to be on top. See that? There's the YouTube channel. There's the movie, which you guys can rent. And, of course, subscribe to my channel. Do you like this, Audra? Audra likes this shirt. This is a Halloween-y shirt, as if it isn't anything else. So there's that, of course. Oh, we're at 43. All right. So, again, guys, buy the book. Buy the book. Buy the book. We want to sell many copies of this book and get it out there for all the world to see. You see, it is very important that you read this literature. It's important that you understand how it is that spirits function in the real world. Yes, thank you, Magarashi. Okay, let's go in and let's watch the original Bachelor's Barbecue Show minus the goddamn score. I have to turn the volume down. You will enjoy it. It'll be very, very entertaining and informational. Isn't that good? Hold on. Let's do it. Oh, yes. Look at his shirt. That shirt is so cozy. Okay. This time I think I've, oh, Jesus. Wow, look at that. See, I got you up to the right height even without getting you too into the wrong height. Let's see. How do we get this son of a bitch? Bachelor style. Yes, that's the barbecue tonight. All right. Here we go, kids.
Don't you love summer? And what do you think about when I say summer? Sun, hang out with your friends, swimming? Personally, I think of the one thing that spells summer out the best. Barbecuing. Hi, I'm David, and welcome to the original Bachelor Barbecue Show, where today I'll be showing you how to make a complete barbecue feast from scratch, Bachelor style. And by that I mean the easiest, simplest barbecue style ever invented. Today, we'll be showing you how to make barbecue baby back ribs, baked beans, fresh corn on the cob, Texas-style potatoes, and garlic bread. And for dessert, watermelon. So come join us for the finest barbecue of the season.
Have to kill that. Don't want to get this struck. But I'll give you a little. No, I can't do that. I can't risk it. But I do want to get it a little bit more crisp on the image. Let's cut Rothman. All right, give me something that. There we go. That's much better. Tim Vincent. That way the AI won't pick up the sound. But it's a pretty good video, guys. I'm telling you, you will enjoy this whole.
You know what barbecue is? What else? Prepare the barbecues themselves. Now, we have today the two types of barbecues that are on the market. We have our propane barbecue right here, and we have our good old-fashioned charcoal barbecue. Jen, if you'd be so kind as to pour some of the charcoal into the barbecue, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll get the lighter fluid. Here, Jennifer, I think it's time for you to light my fire. So if you would please. Great. And then, of course, put the grates over the barbecue flames. And we'll let that just sit there like that. And we'll work on our gas grill. First thing you got to do, folks, is turn the gas on. And the wonderful thing about gas grills, there's nothing to light. Simply flipping a switch and you're ready to rock and roll. Now that we have the barbecues fired up, let's go inside and start with the prepping of the food. Jen? Great.
Uh-oh. That song, God, sorry.
Important part of barbecuing, and that's prepping the food. Here we happen to have a great back of baby back ribs. Now, when I want quality meat at a great price, I go get my ribs from Farmer John. Now, you take your baby back ribs and you flip them over. Watch this, very important. This is definitely the trick. You want to take the baby backs and pull, gently tug up this silver skin, which is the thin membrane that's in between the meat and the rib. And you pull it off, just like that. Comes off using one solid piece. Yeah. Take that, throw it out, and then wash your ribs. And you want to make sure you're using cold water, not hot water, to rinse these off with. So, hot water, exactly. Cold water will just do exactly what you want, which is just to clean and rinse off the meat. Also, it adds that moisture that you need for putting on your seasoning. Now, what you want to make sure is you put your ribs down back side first so that the curved part is exposed. I personally like to use seasoned salt first. Just gently put down some seasoned salt here.
Yum, yum.
And I also like to put my seasonings on one seasoning at a time on each side. So you go seasoned salt, then I add a little garlic powder. And again, if these flavors are not what you like, don't feel restricted to modify this recipe and not use garlic powder. I personally am just showing you what I like to use.
And you prefer the garlic powder over the
Jesus,
Yeah.
Les, get out of
Because the seasoned
there.
salt has got plenty of flavor to it and salt.
Yeah, Les, watch the
Pepper.
show. Stop sexualizing it.
Try not to sneeze.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you don't inhale while you're sprinkling this. A little sweet basil and oregano.
We're not worried, Les. It's just
What if I'm
obnoxious.
allergic to oregano or any of the spices?
If you're allergic to any of the spices that I just mentioned,
Whoops.
be my guest and substitute how you like. And again, season to taste, meaning if you don't like a very gourmet style rib, then do not put so much seasoning on. Personally, myself, I like to make my ribs with a gourmet flavor. And again, on the other side, put down some barbecue. Thank you. It's nice to be noticed. Garlic powder. Oh yes. A little black pepper. Our basil.
So you prefer the dry herbs rather than the fresh?
Yeah, I find it that the dry herbs just make it a lot easier to work with. Now what you want to do is you want to let this sit for about 20 minutes so that the water that's on the ribs will basically activate the seasonings and it'll actually marinate the ribs. So you have a flavor to the ribs. Now we just put these over here. For Texas potatoes, you can use white potatoes, red potatoes, or russet potatoes. It really doesn't matter. It's just I personally like to use red and white for a colorful display. We've already previously washed our potatoes. Basically, we will now cut the potatoes into 1/4-inch slices, one direction. Then flip your potato over, down the other way, almost like you're making French fries. And I was also going to mention, I do not like to take the skins off. It's a lot easier to not have to worry about peeling skins.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's healthier too.
Is it really?
Oh yes, there's lots of vitamins and proteins that are located inside the skin that people don't really get. You don't need them. Basically, cut them up in quarters, and you're done. Basically, this is what you want.
Just small pieces like that.
Exactly. They cook really quickly too, which is a nice thing about that. Because usually potatoes take a lot longer to cook. But when they're small little pieces, they cook really quick. So this, chop, chop. That's it.
And then just mix them together and
Take yourself some tin foil. Take your potatoes, put them out like this. You need a little butter or margarine. Do me a favor, Jen, would you be so kind as to go in the refrigerator and get me some margarine? And while she's doing that, I'm going to do some of this. Now you've got your potatoes all cut up on your tin foil. Take a little seasoned salt. Throw some of that there. Some oregano. Some garlic.
with the stick margarine or do you need?
Perfect.
All right.
Just perfect. A little pepper, a little oregano.
So essentially, you're just using the same spices over again for the potatoes, right?
Yeah, exactly. It
Keep the flavor consistent.
keeps the flavor consistent and it makes for an interesting kind of a mix. And if you like, you can always put some fresh rosemary or thyme into the mix as well. Then you take your stick of butter, cut it in half, and then cut that again in half, like so. Put those right there like that. Then fold your tin foil up to the middle like this. Wrap this like this, so you make a nice little tube. Crump the top nicely, fold the ends inward,
It's so simple, it's great.
and voila,
Perfect.
ready for the barbecue. Now I must confess, this is the easiest part of the meal. All you need is 2 good hands, a can of Bush's baked beans, and a can opener. In our case, we've already taken the liberty of taking our can opener and opening up our beans. Basically just pour your beans right into the can, or from the can into the skillet. And personally, I like to zap up or zest up my baked beans by adding a little bullseye barbecue sauce.
What kind of flavor does that give it?
It gives it more of a barbecue type of a flavor, just a tiny bit to zap it up.
Do you add the bacon or is that already in it?
No, that's part of the beans. Okay. That's thanks to Bush Brothers. We'll put this over here with our other stuff that's ready to go on the barbecue. You take your ear of corn, you rinse it off, just a little bit. Then you've got a large boiling pot full of water. Just drop your corn in. That's it. Another one. Again, again, and again. It's very simple. The whole reason behind it is you want the corn to absorb the water. You'll leave it in the husk, you put it right on the grill, you let it cook inside. That way you don't have to worry about dealing with any tin foil or losing the flavor when you boil it. And all the natural flavors of the corn are retained inside. So it's sweet and delicious, like nothing you've ever had before.
How long do you let it soak?
I let it soak for about 20-25 minutes, and that's plenty. That should take care of that. For our garlic bread, we simply take some butter or margarine, put it into a little bowl, take a little garlic powder, or if you like, fresh garlic, add a little bit of salt, and I always like to add a little bit of fresh basil or dried basil. You basically put those ingredients together in a bowl, mix it up, and you come up with a nice garlic butter paste. You then take your baguette, this in fact is a sourdough roll, you take your butter garlic mixture and just liberally spread it onto the bread. That's it. Oh, I just use this type of a butter garlic confection and just spread it right on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's really it. I think it's time you should go outside and get on with the barbecue. The first thing I suggest you do when you start with your food is you want to put down the potatoes. Jen? Grab yours. Put the potatoes on first. The reason for this is the potatoes take the longest to cook. So you want to get them on first and give them a little bit of a head start. Secondly, we're going to go with our barbecue corn. Jen? There we go. There you go. Oops, no problem there.
Does it matter where you place the corn?
Personally, I like to put the corn at the top. Oh, you can hear that grill a sizzle.
You've done such a nice job.
Oh, Jen, you've been an absolute doll in helping me today. Take that away from you. And somewhat last but not least, the ribs. Now with the ribs, the idea here is to put them down backside first. And by that I mean this part of the rib, Jen, you see, goes down first onto the grill, like so. Now the reason why I like to do that and why I suggest you do the same is that by doing this, it allows the rib bone to absorb the heat. And what that does is it then allows the heat to radiate through the meat and up. And what happens
Come on, you should be watching. More of you. Share this video.
Oils and fats will basically run off the ribs. Also, what I like to do is I like to cover the grill to let a oven type of an effect taking place.
Convection oven.
This is, by doing this, closing the lid, you're letting the hot air start to circulate around the meat. So it cooks it on top and underneath and all the way around. The best way to cook. While we have a second now, I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you about a little secret I have with my barbecue sauce. Today's barbecue sauce is bullseye, but I like to jazz it up just a little bit by adding a little flavor. And I'll tell you, it really does add a certain interesting flavor to it.
And it pissed off Kraft and Bullseye because they did this.
It gives it a sweet, tangy, molassesy type of flavor. Just put in a couple of ounces, and then take, thank you, our bottle brush baster, and mix that around. be ready to barbecue with the stuff. Now, what I'd like to tell you about with barbecue ribs is that you always want to keep an eye on your ribs. You don't want to let them sit too long without being monitored, because what will happen is you'll burn your ribs. So we take our handy
36.
dandy tongs,
Get some more people in
and we
there.
do a little, let's say, a little look over and see how we got.
What's that? That's magic
These still
rib.
need some time to cook, but just let them sit there. While we have a moment, we want to take our corn and flip it onto the other side so that it's going to be able to cook evenly. We don't want too much heat on one side. I figure approximately every 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to want to turn your corn over. Here you go, Jen.
So just flip it over to the other side?
Just flip it directly over to the other side. There you go.
Wow, these husks are working.
Yeah. And basically the potatoes you just let sit. Now that we have a few extra seconds, let's take our baked beans and put them on our grill. Now, for those of you that don't have a gas grill, you can just put your baked beans right onto your charcoal grill. It's really easy. Just one thing I suggest is that every 5 to 10 minutes, you occasionally stir your beans to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom.
Yeah, stir your beans,
Basically,
kids.
you just close the lid, let that puppy go, and let's just let it cook.
Perfect.
All right, now it's been another 15 minutes. Let's take a look at our ribs and see how it's going. Oh, now that's what you want to see. Let me just show you. You see that beautiful yellowish brown hue that we've got going here? That's the key. You want to look for that. The second telltale sign that your ribs are ready to flip over is right here. You will actually see the bones of the bare bones of the ribs stick out. What's really happening is the meat is cooking and it's going to shrink so the bones become exposed. That's the second thing that you're going to look for when you want to know if it's time to turn your ribs over.
It's
And
tight.
if you look across the top, you can also see that the tops of the ribs are also starting to protrude just a little bit. That's when you're ready. Now comes the fun. Flip these puppies over. Now it's time to put your barbecue sauce on. Jen, if you will be so kind as to do the honors, slap on some of that bullseye barbecue sauce. There you go. Just keep going. Just put it on there, nice and thick like.
This is pretty nice too, having it all inclusive like this.
Yeah, that is a great gadget I once found. It's called the bottle and base brush. It's wonderful. Now let's not forget about our other things we got cooking here. We got corn on the cob. Now, as I've told you before, you want to turn your corn over a good, oh, that's plenty of sauce. You want to turn your corn over a quarter turn every 10 minutes to get an even cook. So we'll just put this over here like this, flip this like this, and we're fine. And the potatoes, you just let them cook. There's nothing to do with that. And we've got barbecue beans, just occasionally stir, nothing to worry about. Now, I have not forgot about our garlic bread. We'll get to that, but that is the very super last thing, because it only takes 5 minutes to cook. So let's just let this puppy sit here for about 15 minutes while we cook the underside, top of the ribs, and we're ready to go.
What about
Well,
the
I think the
charcoal
ribs are about ready now. It's been about 15 minutes, and let's take a peek.
Wow.
Oh,
They look wonderful.
this is what I'm talking about. This is what you want to see. A nice caramelized effect across the whole
Oh,
backside of the ribs.
God.
And let's take a look at the other side. Oh, now that is the other side that I'm talking about. You see how it's got that nice color of brown, light brown hue across it? You can just see that they're starting to turn a little bit white in between the ribs. That's what you want to look for, is that color. When white is coming out from inside the meat, that's when you know they're cooked. Because pork is a white meat, so it will turn white when it's cooked. Jen, do me a favor. Get me the barbecue sauce and slap on that last bit of barbecue sauce.
What about the charcoal
They
ribs?
smell amazing, by the way.
Oh, God, they do.
Just look,
Just
terrific.
throw it on there liberal as possible. Just keep going. As much as you can. Squeeze that bottle, but yeah. Now, let us not forget about our corn. The corn's been turned three
You forgot about
times
the
already. And we
charcoal
want to turn it one more time for that fourth and most important evening touch. As you see, the husk is starting to turn the same golden brown hue. That's important, because that's telling you that the corn is getting cooked. And I guarantee you, when you have this corn on the cob, it'll compare to nothing you've ever had before. We've got 5 more minutes to let this sit. With this 5 minutes of letting this barbecue sauce caramelize, it's time for the last of our meal.
Oh my
The
God.
garlic bread. Garlic bread is simply put on there, anywhere you can find space in your grill.
What about
Another couple?
the charcoal fucking
And
ribs?
that's it.
It's very impressive.
I'm very happy to hear that.
I am, this is great.
Just let that sit there. 5 minutes, cover the lid, and we'll have ourselves a meal for a feast.
What about the charcoal ribs?
Judging by the
Those.
smell, Jennifer, I think we're ready to eat. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Oh, now that's what you want. You want that nice caramelized top coat, and on the bottom side, let's just take a quick peek. Oh yeah, perfect, beautiful. Jen, I think we're ready to eat.
What about
Can
the
you get into
charcoal
serving station?
ribs?
Let's get this stuff off and let's start eating.
How did I forget about the charcoal ribs? You didn't finish those.
Well, as you can see, my Bachelor barbecue technique has worked again, and it will for you time and time again. There's just one thing we need now. Friends. Shout time! Come and get it! Well, as you can see, the barbecue was a success. I'd like to take this moment to thank my sponsors. First, the people of Bush Brothers for providing us with great baked beans. Secondly, the people of Bullseye for providing us with great barbecue sauce. And last but not least, the people of Parmesan for giving us such great baby back ribs. And the next time you barbecue, try Bachelor style. I'm David. Happy barbecuing.
Well, I hope we don't get bounced because we have those, the few little snippets of it. There I am. That's Jim Vines. That was Jennifer Sims. God, that's Mark. I haven't seen him in years. That's Sasha Barber. That's at my godfather's house up the street years ago. God. Sean O'Keefe. My parents made the best. And look at that. Mark Fishman, my God. Barbara Kay. Jesus Christ.
Let's do it. That was it. That was it. Top right now. She's got a touch, doesn't she?
Of course, James Morrison.
This is all there is to it, folks.
God, I can't believe that. Jack McDuff, that's the song. That's the guys that made that song that you did not hear. I repeat, you did not hear. Oh, God. All right. Crack that out. Give me something else. Oh, no. How about something there? How about to there, to there, to there, to there, to there? No, to there, to there, to there. Hold on, kids. I'm trying to find something called BDay for bondage and discipline. BDay. You know that, don't you? Don't you know BDay? What's this crap? No. ProLogic, yes, work. You stoogey pooch. Come on. Yes, work. So, what all did you think? God, we're down to 39. We lost people. There we are. All right, so leave that the hell on. All right, so what all did you think? I get to see what your comments are now. They're back to the table. God, I can't believe it's my birthday and I'm starving. Yeah, Jack in the Box was not enough. I feel I should grab a friend or something to eat. Here, what? David is not lacking in the hair department. Jesus, Kira, thanks. We were wondering at the Queen Anne's Country Fair. What? Oh, we are working at God, no. You've always had real nice hair. Jesus, everybody with the freaking hair. Yes, it's real hair. Not Jim Varney, Jim Vincent. Oh, I hope you guys learned something about how to make ribs. What can I say? Oh, God, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's in 2000. Yes. 25 years ago. Yes. You can meet Janet's. Who's Janet? Her name was Jennifer. Boy, Les, you are digging in a hole. Someone said yes. A lot of people said. Evie said she loved it. No, I can't give you Janet's number because there's no Janet to give you her number of. The recipe is good. I mean, it is good. I enjoyed it. Super great hair. We have the freaking super great hair. What is with everybody? God, I'm freaking mighty, Jesus Christ, get me all goddamn self-conscious. My hair is hurting me. It's hurting me. I'm a good actor. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. No, I'm just a kid. That's certainly not acting. Playing Galloping Gourmet and doing instructional barbecue videos is nothing. I like cooking. I like helping people learn how to make great barbecue. Sam, stop asking for more. I am so... What time is it? 5 to 9, huh? I don't know. Somebody said go to McDonald's. I don't want to go to McDonald's. Fatburger, maybe, but McDonald's, hell no. Matt, get some rest. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Oh, right. Yes, I agree. I have Jenny's number, but I lost it. Who's Jenny's number that you lost? Tommy's? Nah, I don't want to go to Tommy's. It's too far of a freaking schlep to there. Jesus, Walters, I don't want to hear about that. Hey, Dema, would you guys like me to look and see if I can find the video from the Playboy match? All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to go take a quick look and see if I can find that video. What, you want me to bring you with me? No, just a second. You were just thinking of the bell. I'm sure that's what it was. What does it say? Trapple, Bobby, Trapple, why don't you like the Spirit Box? Because if you've watched any of the videos that I have on my YouTube channel here, you'll see and hear videos where there's no spirit box. We're not searching for ghosts, yet we have disembodied voices recorded on the cameras. Okay? And it's really a real spirit, not a freaking indiscriminate, interpretation of a video transmission. That's the problem. It's never going to be A, acoustically clear what they're saying. B, it's not going to be their voice anyways. So it's an assumption. Stress is real, John Walters. Jenny got your number on the bathroom wall. He was living proof of that. Who was living proof of that? Jenny, don't lose that. No. It's, oh God. You're talking about a song from Steely Dan. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Are the lyrics. Jenny got your number off OFF for off, not of the bathroom wall. God, guys, he was living proof of that. Jenny, don't lose that number. No, it's Ricky, don't lose that number. I am apprehensive of those ghost apps. Exactly, Pat. Pat's right. There's nothing to be believing, like I said. All right, 2 things I'm going to do for you little friends and birds, doggies. I'm going to find the goddamn video from Playboy Mansion and show you that. 2, I'm going to share with you some EVPs, or going to put on some disembodied voices so you can watch and understand once and for all why it is I have so much difficulty in putting any faith into the spirit boxes. That's all I'm saying to you guys. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's once you listen to voices that are recorded in the house here that have nothing but the clearest of acoustics, and there's their voices speaking, you'll be like, okay, I don't need a spirit box. What did he say? I think he said your name. It's like, I thought he said Robert. No, I thought he said your name. It's like, go give me a guessing game. It's great for a gosh darn game show, but it's not real. I love Steely Dan too. Not Steely. Why not, Concerned Planet? Telling me Two Tones thing about Jenny. Jenny, I know. Jenny, who can I turn to? Tell me I want your number. How can I make you mine? Tell me I need your number. 8675309. That's the song you're thinking of. 8675309. I knew it. I'm thinking, what the hell's that song? That was me doing this. What do you mean wrong song? Yes, it is. It is that one. I was a guitar picker. Okay. Miss whatever. Oh, babe. Didn't see. She didn't mind a bit. Ay, ay, ay. 8675309 is the song you're thinking of. Jenny, I got your number. How can I make you mine? Tell me I want your number. 8675309. And the poor girl who had that number complained about it. That she was getting calls. The people getting calling her up. Because you think about 8675. That's Brenda. I gotta call that up. Let's see what happens. Oh God! I would first of all get Kato Kalin here to do that and say, hey Kato, remember the song 867? He goes, yeah, let's do it on live for this show. Say, is Jenny there? Oh God, I think that would be very amusing. No, I'm already dropping down to 32 people. I've lost the interest of those that were watching us. I don't know what it was then, Pad. That would suck. Yes, exactly, Kira. Well, thank you very much, Chase. I appreciate that. By the way, like I said, American Ghost Walks has got their event here on Friday night, August 8th, and Saturday night, August 9th, here in person. There will also be a live stream on the 8th. That'll be a live paid view live stream. But the significance is that happens to be the same day of the week, 1969, when Sharon and her 4 other friends were killed at the end of the street. Excuse me. So that should be very interesting. She was on MTV talking about it. How funny is that? You had their friend that did that when they were a kid. How funny is that? No, we're not going to call Jenny live. It's too late. We're diehards, David. Well, thank you, Kira. I appreciate that. How do you kind of convince you, David? Still here and still dedicated to watching live. Well, thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. God, we're dropping down to 29. We were at 55 people at one point. God, I've lost the interest. So we're 30. Share this with your friends, like I said. And don't forget, you get your copy of this book. I will sign it and I will inscribe it to you personally. And yes, I saw that. You guys get your personal inscription as you like. Okay, let's find that video right now. I will take you guys with me. So, well, just wait 1 second. Let me just double check. Oh, wow. What happened here? All right, so that would be Bachelor barbecue. All right, let's see. This again. let's see. Let's see. I'll be right there, guys. I'm just looking to see if I can find it. All right, I have. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, let's see this. Like this, we'll do this. View by, sort by type. All right, NPG, new folder. No, that's not it. Come on. No, not that. I want the gosh, wait, is that it? A. Is that no? Son of a dumb beast. I don't believe it. You really don't, huh? Is this anything? What would you have? No, you don't. Son of a bitch. That sucks. Let me see this way. Let me see. Let me type something. Hold on, everybody. I'm trying to find it. And I mean, I'm trying to find the file. If not, we'll just do the Bachelor's barbecue. Wait. All right, bear with me, got no, nothing, huh? Shit. All right, once we got, so just close it. Just if you can't find it, you can't find it. All right, go open up what you call it. Here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's kidding. Yeah. Let's see what we got for ghosts. What do we got for ghosts? Ghost video, ghost log, ghost video and pics. Ooh, this is good. What am I missing here? What am I missing here with this? All right, let's bring you in. All right, let's bring you guys in. I can't find the Playboy thing, but I can find you the gosh darn clips of some audio stuff that'll blow your mind. So I hope. All right. Here. Here you go. I'm coming. What was that?
What the hell did I go make
That was something. Wait. I turned her so good outside. Steven fell outside in my garage.
That was funny. Wait, what do we want? We want to see something. All right, open with. God damn. More apps. I got more craps. You got me this? Try this. Windows Media Player. Just for shits and giggles. No, it doesn't want to play that. I want Let It Go Mija, please. Two investigations. By the way, is that good for you guys? Are you seeing that clear? Is it too tilted? Wait, a stupid site. And I mean stupid, it's retarded. Is that, it looks semi, I don't know, it looks funny. What the hell is that? Get out of here. Feedback to Google. You okay, guys? All right, here. I want to find you guys some old video clips. These are stuff that I have in the whatchamacallit. Here we go. Let's see if this works.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
All right. The
That was something.
all right. The Let It Go Mija that you hear, and yeah, those are two disembodied voices. The Let It Go Mija is the famous one where the girl was here during a seance and she heard it and she actually she goes, "That's my dad. He died of cancer 4 years ago. I haven't been able to go on with my life since he died." And then the yeah, nobody else catches. If you notice what she's got here, she goes, "Oh my gosh, that's nice." Not the navel, but Let It Go Mija. And then you hear it says, yeah. Those are the two disembodied voices that we captured, and we were looking for ghosts, but we didn't have a spirit box. Now maybe you'll understand why it is. And there goes the bell. That's why I'm not a big fan of it. So, all right, so listen again. I have to click it. All right.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Storm, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, we'll do it again.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not.
You hear it, guys?
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
That's not crazy.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That was something.
All right, so you guys heard that loud and clear. You heard the Let It Go Mija, and then you heard it go. Then you heard the yeah. That's the ghost we're talking about. All right, so let's get out of this. That again is not with any device. Let's see. High history. What is this? Theater room phone knockover. Phone knockover. 2 investigators with the Oman house. Let's see what this is. No, not that, you stupid ass. Let's see what this is like. It's a little bit blurry for some freaking reason. I'll try to focus. That's as clear as it gets.
Whoa, look at that.
Where are you filming right now?
He's in the earthen wall room.
Don't worry about it. Just wait for that. No. It's just a room next to one.
All right, so that's that. Let's see. What the hell else is there? Let me do this. Wow. That makes a hell of a difference. Oh, let's see this. 2012 EVPs. See, this is an old drive, so this has got stuff. Oh, look at this. No, dumbass, I want to see the picture. Well, this is during the filming of the movie here. 2 orbs. Oh, there's one. And again, it can't be a speck of dust reflecting because this is a color image, so there's no infrared light involved. I don't see the second offhand, but oh, this is in the hallway. That's Dr. Taff. I can recognize him with his digital geomagnetometer. There am I. This is in probably 2004. This is in the hallway. This is before I changed from carpet to the pergo floors. That's my office back in the day as well. And that's the digital geomagnetometer that Dr. Taff has got the probe there. This, of course, is the way that the top floor looked. And there, of course, is Stella, my dog. So this is old. And this is the couch that I no longer have. And this is all old. It doesn't. That's in my office. We're obviously doing an investigation here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the fuck was that? Jesus, talk about jumping around. That's a terrible picture, but there it is. That's in the office. That's Lisa Rigsby at the bottom of the floor. That's from the floor. When you see we had a drape there, and this was all open, as it was originally when we built the house. There was no doorway there. It was just a curtain. And that was the carpet that we had there. Now, there's the famous picture of Dr. Taff and Steve Rubin. And he says, we got a spike on the meter. And Barry was there with his natural tri-field meter. And if you notice on the right-hand side of the frame, there's a discoloration. This shouldn't be there, but you notice it. This is, again, Lisa. And yes, this is the carpet, which I've replaced since. And you can see this thing that just manifests shouldn't be there. That spiral thing it sits at about, not even, it's higher up than that. So we know that that's not the, the artwork. And then you got this weird anomaly there, and it's in bright light. There's Lisa going, again, there's an orb above her head. And there's Stella, part of Stella's body. And there's the piece of artwork I was talking about. So it's nowhere down here even. Is that all the pictures? Really? Some of the pitch. Oh, that's the way my guest bedroom looked back in the day. Yeah, all right, so that's all the pictures. And so that's all those pictures. Well, where's the 2003 EVP, April, silent B. Why does it do that?
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to all of a sudden I started feeling pressure going on my temple there. How many people in here?
I think that was the voice was right there. There it is. Listen to the silence. Right there.
You know the catch, you know the catch.
an EVP session in here.
Try this again. Silent.
When the cat's away,
There it is.
when the cat's away, nuts.
It's kind of addictive when you think, when you hear it so many times over, you hear it goes, what is it saying? It's saying silent, say it, silent, I don't know. But it's so, oh, son of a bitch. Did that again. Damn it, pick it up. All right, up you stupid poop. Get over here, stop that. All right, so let's see what else. You heard that EVP again. That's the difference. I did it again, son of a bitch. Watch that. Yeah, do me a favor. Put your ass way over this way so I'm not tripping over you and you're not falling on the ground anymore. What's interesting is the fact that you got some voice that's being recorded there and it's as clear as a bell and it's not on a oh, he said this. It's like, I don't really care. I couldn't understand it. I'm not willing to take it any more further than this when I've got these kind of EVPs that we've recorded that are pretty substantial. Now, I saw an EVP, it said EVP 2008. Ooh, this should be, oh, yes. Listen to these things, kids. All right, again. You heard that? All right, so that's from 2008. Now listen to this bass. Son of a bitch, I never know this stuff. And that's from 17 years ago. Now, I like this one. Yeah, that's pretty clear, huh? Isn't this crazy? And this is, like I say, from 17 years ago. What's the end now? No, I don't want that. So when you ask me why it is I don't have a lot of faith in those toy devices, that's the reason why. Did we look at this? No, we saw. Oh, yeah. This. I haven't seen this in forever. Oh, wow. How many minutes is this?
See, we were sitting here and see it? Oh, something flew by. I'm not even kidding. Okay, if there's anything in there, can you fly towards the camera? See it? Did you see it? So you can tell me. Oh, okay. You catching this? I'm catching this. Is there anything here? Would you like to say something?
Stop.
Hey, is it on the camera? No, it's not on the camera.
I just wanted to move over to the server because I want to look at the Houston LA.
I heard to go off all 5 lights, and we're not even buying anything major electrical.
Yeah, I've been standing here still for a few minutes.
Do you shut off so you can really see?
Yeah.
Because I remember my friends when we put up, to be like,
It's the energy from it.
yes, it was
camera is why,
No, it's
guys.
not.
Yes, the camera has
I've
a
been
DC.
standing here for a few minutes and it was fine.
The
Okay.
camera has a DC, it's a battery, but DC is DC, the battery in the camera is
You can't have
DC.
nothing on it.
Put it out to the camera, see if it does anything.
Look, it's not doing anything.
Does anybody have a cell phone on?
No, it's turned on.
All of them?
Yeah.
Including Tony's?
Are you with us tonight? Who is in here tonight? Who's with us? Please make these lights light up to let you know that you are here in this room. Who touched my face that night when I felt really, really cold? Who was it? Was it Sharon? Was it Abigail? Okay, oh, you guys?
What was that?
Come.
Are you kidding me? No way.
No, way.
Can I just turn the camera off? Wait, the closet lights on.
Yeah,
I did. No, but it was back here. No.
No, something.
It fell in the bathroom.
That's the thing, that's what I told you when I go like Twitter and I hit something and it fell.
Where was that?
It goes like
It's
this.
the thing.
Yeah.
Holy, I had my camera off. Did you have yours on?
Yeah.
Did you have yours on?
Yeah, mine was on.
Oh, God. So, okay, we just got something
Sure.
that fell. So if there's anyone here and you'd like to come and stay or leave in this window corner, come and stay or leave in this window corner, and stay or leave in this window corner.
How'd you like that? That's an oldie but goodie, and no, I don't believe that's up on whatchamacallit. Let's see. How do you play this?
You're getting off the higher
Well, that was nothing. Let's see this one. Oh boy, that's a winner. Sorry.
Mark's over here.
Oh gee, what strokes of genius?
Like,
That's another one. I hate to bore you guys, especially when I've got 2.5 hours left on my birthday. That was pretty weak.
you know,
Something, please.
Find always.
Boy.
Oops.
Okay, another not so good. What the hell is this? Don't know who the hell it is. Don't know where it's from. Don't know what. Oh well, whatever. Sorry, kids. I have no idea where that came from. Excuse me. Oh, this was good. Kurt Sandvig.
ready for hell of a storm.
You're not kidding, man.
Fucking skies are getting dark and thick.
That. There.
Thick piles.
Here.
Thick piles. Thick piles.
Man, you cannot get tired of this view, I tell you.
Thick piles. Thick piles. Thick piles.
Man, you cannot get tired of this view, I tell you.
I have no idea what that was. That's the strangest EVP I've heard. EVP July 17th, Tracy and Denise. Jesus. Oh, this is a doozy.
Did you just try that? Yes, I did. They got
All
me.
right, listen again. She got right after you hear her say, "Did you hear that?" She goes, "Yes, I did." If you listen closely, you're going to hear the sound of a woman's voice say, "No, you didn't." Shit! God damn it! Hold up. Oh God! I'm still hungry. All right, so here it is again. And yes, I'm the shadow popping in. Listen to her say, she goes, "Did you hear that?" And then she goes, "I did." And then you hear the little woman's voice in the back and say, "No, you didn't." Listen clearly. And I'll even turn the volume up way loud. You know, I can't really pop it.
Did you hear that? Yes, I did. They got me.
Damn it. It's right here.
Did you hear that? They got me. They got me.
Jesus Christ. It's
Did you hear that?
All right, now listen again. I'm going to blow this up. So let's start from here. Come here. Listen again. Can you guys hear that? No, you didn't? I'll do it one more time. Turn it up all the way, and I'll turn this up all the way. Could you hear that? I don't want to do it anymore. It's just going to mess up. Where's the... let's see, whisper. Yeah, I like the yeah. That's a good one. No, don't do that. Just play it.
There's this.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I popped the resist. It was so freaking loud. It does happen. Yeah, blew that way the hell out. I'll turn that way down. All right, sorry. So sorry.
There was this weird, eerie feeling like there was somebody standing right behind me. I said, "Male or female energy?" She said, "Male." I said, "That was
Right
Jay."
there.
I said, "Male." I said, "That was Jay." I said, "Male." I said, "That said male." I said, "Male." I said, "Male." I said, "Male." I said, "She said male." I said, "That." She said, "Male." I said, "That was Jay." She said, "Male." I said, "That was Jay." Male or female energy? She said, "Male." I said, "That was Jay." Male or female energy? She said, "Male." I said, "That was male or female energy?" She said, "Male." I said, "That was male or female energy?" She said, "Male." I said, "That was Jay."
You hear that? Isn't that amazing? UF. Let's see this.
Us to live in the world, I think it's one living over here.
Oh, it's right there.
Here. It's us to live in the world, I think it's one living over here. It's us to live in the world, I think it's one living over here. It's us to live in the world, I think it's one living over here.
All right, let's see. The whisper. Yeah, let's hear this.
My bed sits right about you, right about 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 right about.
And again, this is clearer from the spirits doing it. So let's go. Let's hear I Hate You.
Opening, closing. Barry then came upstairs and goes, "You know what?"
What the fuck?
Opening, closing.
Right there. Here.
Closing. Barry then closing. Barry then closing. Barry then came upstairs. Barry then closing. Barry then.
That's a trip. Be careful. What's this?
Barry said to me, "You know."
Wow, that was something dropped.
Barry said to me, Barry said to me, "You know."
It said, be careful. What else you got for me, guys? Give me some good stuff. They want some good stuff. Oh, Chris. Nick Groff. Ooh, this should be some good stuff. This is from 9 years ago. Wow. Close. This is, I don't even know what the hell this is. See, I don't. No, it's the audio that's cutting in and cutting out. All right, so what are we watching here, kids? Oh, Gina Davis got knocked over. Okay. And she was sitting on the railroad tie as well. Did you guys notice that? The railroad tie spike was sitting there and it was on her feet and she still got knocked over. All right, that's enough of that. I can't stand that shit. Let's see, export, floater, knocking sound, February 2016. All right, let's play. Gives you that crap. Build the index, you bastards. Here. Where's Nick? Let's play a thing to the gosh darn video. Look how old this is. There's no pieces of art up here. Hey, Reg. That's the original. That's the way the couch looked before I had it upholstered. Right, this sucks. Sorry. Nick's interview in the theater. Let's see what this is like. What is with this? Because it is broken, missing seeking will not work with DLC. AVI index. What if I play with a different software or a different app? God, I'm starving. What's up, Reg? Nick's sawing this thing. All right, this has got. All right, screw that. But give me somebody else to watch this with. Okay, open with. Yes, open with. Let's try Windows Media. We'll try Windows Media for 10. Will that work? What the fuck? No, stop. I didn't say float. I said Nick. Interview with Nick. Where is that? Interview in the data room with Nick Groff. Here we go. Open with Peanut Gallery. Real player. Let's try. What the fuck? Well, that sucks. Let's try that. The other one then. Try that with Windows Media. Windows Media. What are we doing here? Jesus Christ. Come on. Open with. Jesus Christ, inside out. Shit. I'll try with DLC again. Here we go again with this build index crap. Jesus Christ, come on. This stuff has never been seen anywhere, guys. I want you to know that. Where the fuck is the audio shit? Audio, track one. Yeah, it's track one. What's with the stupid audio? I guess this is crap. It really bugs me we can't open this up without better quality. Add to real player. Try real player again. Just fucking play it, you stupid. Just play. Is there something I'm missing? Great, piece of crap, it's not working. Rename, how about reprogram? Open with, can QuickTime, I don't think QuickTime can play that. Guarantee we can't. Totals we can't. Open with, play Windows Media. It doesn't want to open either. Stupid shits. I'm stuck with crappy VLC for for the company. You've got to be kidding me. Just play, you son of a bitch. No, I just said play VLC. That's not VLC. Stupid idiots. Oh, here we go again with build this index.
Are they written by writing partner that I wrote?
Okay.
Been a while since we've been out.
Nick, so if there's anything that you make about
This is why you have security cameras.
I think it's a little movie-esque. Can you widen up just a tiny bit? That's beautiful. Here we go.
Thank God.
And ready? You sound almost ready. No.
The clue we had here.
You know, that thing will roll.
Rolling.
Thank you. Here we go. Camera set. Camera set. Wait for Mama Lorraine. You coming in, Lorraine?
No.
Okay. Bye bye. And action.
Well, Nick, Guy, your name. Thanks for coming into this completely artificial situation and talking here. So what's your name and what do you do?
I'm Nick Groff. I am on a show called Paranormal Lockdown on Destination America, and I'm in Los Angeles promoting the new show coming out. And I'm here at the Oman House because it intrigued me enough to come back and kind of confront some of the things that happened to me here years ago that really just affected me dramatically. It was more of a negative experience. I had a lot of just things that lingered with me afterwards, even when I left this location. So I felt like it was just perfect timing while I'm around promoting Paranormal Lockdown, talking about Destination America. The new show coming out now was just a perfect opportunity to stop by to give it on themselves and really kind of confront that personal things that happened to me.
Sure. Now, when you say Paranormal Lockdown, what exactly do you do?
So I'm a host on Paranormal Lockdown, the executive producer. Pretty much it's our show. Katrina Wyman and I, we confine ourselves for 72 hours straight in the most haunted locations in America. And pretty much when we get to a vulnerable state, we're realizing that spiritual activity is starting to communicate with us. So now we're learning that we're capturing and documenting amazing groundbreaking evidence with the equipment, the high tech. We're shooting in 6K, in night vision on these full dynamics of light with infrared. So we're revolutionizing how paranormal field conducts investigations now.
All right. You're running before we can walk. I'm going to back you up a little bit. When I say, what do you do? What is it? I'm assuming you're a paranormal investigator.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
I am a paranormal investigator, and I investigate the unknown, anything that we don't fully understand yet. And I'm just been fascinated by all things. What happens when we die? The ultimate question is there life after death? As us as human beings, we produce energy. So when the body dies, where does that energy go? Does it linger? Does it communicate with us? Does it move on to another place? Because we know as scientific fact, you can't destroy energy. And when energy multiplies, it transforms, it becomes something else.
Mm-hmm. So where did your interest in the paranormal come from? Because it sounds like it's very personal to you.
It is. I'm very passionate, and I could theorize and talk all day about paranormal. But my grandmother used to talk to me all the time when she was alive, and she used to talk all things paranormal with me. Not just the typical ghost story, it would be everything paranormal. And I used to get in just weird conversations with her, and I was just like a little kid talking about UFOs and aliens and ghosts and all sorts of things that were just paranormal, which I found very fascinating and intriguing. And I think that stuck with me into like my middle school, high school, where I started just going on investigating like little haunted areas and stuff around town with my friends and buddies. It just became one of those things that I was just like interested in. And I just wanted to know, I want to see ghosts. I want to go up there with some friends and see if I could see ghosts in my own two eyes. And that's kind of what it turned into, a passion for me.
Mm. It's cool to hear you say that, because you and I have very similar paths. My grandmother was also really into
26,
paranormal.
that's
But
it?
I don't know what your grandmother
What are
was
you
like.
guys doing?
Mine
Why are you
was-
running away
she was
from this?
Extremely
Watch,
religious,
share.
very Catholic. So in the world, like there's not really.
And also the Sharon Tate murders, the Manson murders that took place there. So that's a couple of houses down, and this location that we're sitting in right now just kind of draws that energy and that spiritual contact. And I don't know why it comes to this house, but we do know that it has high EMF, electromagnetic fields.
Well, the thing that's intrigued me about this place is not so much what you're talking about, but this area is registered with the United States Geological Survey as being anomalous.
Right.
Do you know about that, and how does that play into it?
I heard that, I don't know about the exact facts, but I heard that it actually sits on a volcanic volcano. Pretty much, we sit on a volcano. So I don't know if it's ever going to erupt or anything like that, but I think that might produce some high EMF, but I don't know.
So let's just say that let's say the
Go ahead. Yeah. Go to the next question. When did you first hear about this house, and when did you meet David Oman?
So when did you?
Wait, roll. You roll? Yeah. Okay, good. Both cameras rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, action.
When did you first hear about this house and David Oman?
Years ago, I heard about this location in heavily research. I was researching all sorts of haunted locations all over America when I was investigating, and this one kind of came up because of the Sharon Tate murder and the Manson murders that took place, just the whole, houses down, and this just really intrigued me by the hauntings that were taking place here. So that fascinated me. I wanted to see for myself because I'm interested in the paranormal and I want to investigate it. And that's kind of the real reason why we came here, is because of that iconic, brutal murder that took place.
Mm-hmm. So when you guys came out here, who did you come with? What kind of equipment did you bring? And what did you, from a scientific standpoint, what did you come here with?
Yeah, I think it was around 2013 I came back here and with another show I did called Ghost Adventures, and came and investigated this location with all sorts of just different gadgets and stuff that can document environmental readings, and then just did a full-blown night investigation here. And I had one of the most profound experiences personally that really hit home. I felt my stomach knotting up, and I felt just really weak, like I was floating, walking in quicksand. It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had here.
So those experiences that you felt, the physical manifestations of whatever, when did that start?
It started when I personally started making contact, I believe, with some of the spirits that inhabit this house. And it just became a strong connection where I felt like, I don't know what it was, but our energies just connected and I could feel it. And we started hearing voices come through our recorders. Then all of a sudden I said, can you throw something? Can you make one of those things off the mantle upstairs move? And right on cue, it just falls over. And we captured it on camera. And I could not figure it out. I'm a very logical thinker, so I'm always trying to figure out reasons behind certain things that happen in the paranormal. And I had no clue why some of these things were happening at this location.
Why do you think because you came here with a group of people and you had a very profound experience.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you were the one that was chosen?
Because I was in here by myself at one point. I was the only one in this house, and I was calling upon it. And I think because of some of the other, we were asking for it to happen. We were drawing it out. And then I came down here to the basement, kind of where we're sitting right now. I went to one of these back rooms, and I could not leave. I felt like it was sealed in the door that was just keeping me in there, but it was more aggressive. Like I felt like if I left, I would be physically attacked. I felt my stomach knotting up, and it was just very aggressive. And I don't know why it drew to me, but possibly because it was at my most vulnerable state.
But you were physically touched. I mean, there were physical manifestations of scratches on you, right?
There was a bruise that occurred on me, and I just totally had deja vu because I tried forgetting about these instances and you just bring it back. So
That's what I'm here to do, man. I'm here to get
you're here to bring me back to that moment. I felt like a hit on my side, and when I lift up my shirt, there was this big bruise mark that wilted up.
Where was it? On the side of your?
Yeah, it was like on the side, part of like my back, if I recall. It was actually down here, right where it's sitting, where it happened.
All right, so that's great. I want to see it from a different angle, though. Let's do that again. Open with media player. Well, it finally worked. I just, it took forever to load up. So what do you guys think of this? This is, like I said, years ago it was shot when he had Paranormal Lockdown. How many of you are on there anyways?
You don't see me. Where do you go?
So when you guys came out here, what did you come with? What kind of equipment did you bring?
And we're doing our interviews and we're talking about this whole location. And then later, it got really weird because then I felt like the whole environment started changing and I started getting weaker and weaker as energy was just being drawn out of me. And then suddenly, we're up there investigating. I said, can you make something move? Knock one of those figures over. And the thing just falls over. And that to me, what blew my mind. I was like, wow, there's some sort of intelligence here that we're dealing with. It's not just energy. It's not just high EMF that could be affecting it. It could actually be spiritual. Once a human now dead, that's lingering there.
Well, the one amazing thing about that experience is you guys actually had a meter there that detected vibrations. There weren't any vibrations until the thing fell,
right?
Which is incredible. I mean, that is very telling of that whole scenario.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, there's just stuff that we don't fully understand. That's why we keep investigating, because we want to understand it. I mean, that's ultimate key.
Well, that's a good segue. I really want to understand something. If you had such a negative reaction to all of this, why come down here? Why be here alone? Like, why would you do something like that?
Because I feel like in times when you are so fearful of things that we don't fully understand in the moment, it might be so scary and profound that it might be not the best time to confront it. And I feel sometimes you have to go back in your life to close that chapter in the book to confront it and put to rest, because I like to be a positive individual. I don't like to dwell on negativity. And I felt like it was a perfect time to come back and just kind of close that chapter and be like, okay, I went back, it's not as negative. And now I can say I left positive instead of just keep going on and saying it's negative. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. Skip to the last
27. All right, we're wrapping this up in a minute and 20.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, you didn't.
Dude, you're bringing up my stuff. I was like, that's crap.
That's what I do. That's what I'm
No, it's awesome because I was like, I forgot about that. Dude, it's awesome. Like if we start fighting, that's a negative, right? In our circumstances. So I think if something lashes out, it might not always be that. Maybe we're disrupting it, whatever it is, or whatever the phenomena is attaching itself. I think, it can be very negative. I know what I felt personally, and I know how even after the cameras were done rolling, I went home. There was so many more personal things that happened to me that was just a dark cloud over my head. It was like a dreadful sponge that held this negativity together that just followed me. And that's what I felt like I didn't like. Because when you feel that way and it draws you when you leave a location, usually I'm really good about closing that door behind it at any location I investigate. I feel to stay there, I go home and live my life. And when you can't shake that, that's where it gets really scary. And that's actually the one thing that frightens me personally.
So how did you see it? How long did it last?
It lasted for a while. It was like, I had to say a month. It was about a month or so, but I still, to this day, talk about it, because it affected me. Anything that scares me to come next in, it takes a lot to scare me, but the negative energies that I deal with sometimes, and they are very hard to shake, that's basically what terrifies me. I don't know sometimes what we're dealing with. I think that's what kind of drives me to keep investigating it, because I want to figure it out. I want to know, and I feel like that's why I'm back here right now at the Oman house, trying to figure out what was it that I made contact with.
Good. Very good. Thanks for coming on my show.
Cool.
Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate that.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe the light. Okay, yeah, the light. Okay. That way you guys don't have to worry about
No, I think we might keep it down here.
They're going to, yeah.
All right, so that was all of that. That was the security cameras. Hey, all right, let's turn this around. You don't need to see that anymore. No, you don't see it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Well, all right, so turn this around. Just turn it this way, then. I don't know. All right, since we're wrapping this up, Reggie, watch yourself. So I'm down to 26 people now. My God. Well, I hope you guys like that. Hey, Chad. I can't even kind of catch up with everybody's comments. My God. I'll what? Press, stop your shit pulling now. John, having seen it directly, it was until horrible night. I want to feed your cat litter. Chad, shut up. Addiction, psychosis, it says, is actually evil forces overtaking humans. How about if it's just spirits and people's reactions are exactly that, individual, and their interpretations are their own, having nothing to do with anything externally as far as what's happening in a devilish or negative way. I'm glad you like that. Rainbow is fuck. What is rainbow is fuck? Oh, the shirt. Oh, thanks, clown. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate it. By the way, yeah, did you guys see that video from Friday Beers? The link is in the description. Plus, on August 8th and August 9th, which is a Friday night, August 8th, into Saturday, August 9th, American Ghost Walks is doing their ghost investigation here on Friday and Saturday night, and it's going to be insane because that's the night of the year, that night of the day of the week that the murders took place. So it should be really interesting. ZB Ferks. Yeah, well, let's not talk about ZB. But it's interesting. That's the security camera. That's not the cameras that you see that are there videoing it. I've got their camera work as well. So as I said, ZB, keep your name out of my mouth, David. Is that ZB as in Zach Baggins? Is that supposed to be Zach Baggins? ZB? I mean, it looks like his picture there. ZB, keep your name out of my mouth. That's hysterical. Okay, but are you hot? Oh, great. ZB is a rat licker. It's not, that isn't Baggins. Baggins, that's not you. You know that's not you because you're too afraid of the house. And you certainly seem to believe that I possess such powerful energies. Gee, where the, there, oh, son of a bitch. Look what I just happen to have. Look what I have. I have a picture book. It's a picture book. You see, this is a picture book. And when I say a picture book, it's a picture book of this character. There's not one single solitary picture of a ghost in this freaking book. Now, that's great if you want to have a, how should we saw it, what do you used to call it? A scrapbook of your favorite pictures of Zach Baggins. But I really don't find it to be that appealing. And I mean, I kid you the fuck not, kids. Oh, he's scratching. Good, he's scratching. Starting out with page 1. Well, that's smoke. God, I'm still. I bought. You know how much I paid for this ZB? I paid about $1, including shipping, online for this. Out of the, I think it was out of what thrift store? I think it was out of the. What the hell? The Salvation Army bookstore. So Yeah. The difference is, Z, your book has got great illustrations, has no pictures of ghosts. Oh, look at this. Oh, can you get enough in pensive thought? Let's see what else. In even deeper thought. And I'm not making this shit up, kids. This book has got so many pictures, not to mention we know that the pictures are all of this guy. I mean, you talk about an ego trip. I mean, the only reason why I bought this book is because there's a half a chapter dedicated to me. And you know something? I mean, that's great. Great pictures of every ghost I've ever met. And I'm not kidding you. I can go through every single picture in this book. Unlike this pile of, I should say it's a pile. I should say it's a waste of trees. Here we go. This is probably the closest you'll get to a picture of a ghost is the exterior of a location that they're about to investigate. Which the word investigate should be used like loose stool. Get some Pepto-Bismol and clear that diarrhea up. No, I'm showing you every single photograph in this book because I think it's hysterical. You owe us. Oh, I love it. I owe you a penny, sweetheart. You know, if you want to go there, and I will kid you not, and the dead bell just rang. I'll put it to you this way: double time, exactly. Thank you. Your ass owes me for making you relevant. You owe me for keeping your ass on television. Because as I understand it from the higher ups at Discovery, your show was about to go kaput. If it wasn't for my episode that took the ratings up to the top, and they replayed that episode so many times, that episode had such high ratings that it saved your pathetic little sorry ass. That's the truth. So why don't you go look that up at Nielsen and see how many times that episode of the first time you were here aired. Over 500 times. And now you're talking shit about me and you kept me relevant. Let's continue with the book. What page? I'm on page 53. I don't think there's been but 10 pictures so far, and make it 11 on page 55 of this book. And I mean, I can't do this to the audience. I really can't do this to my live audience because all I wanted to do was to read what Mr. Bozo the Baggins said about me. Or was that Bilbo? I'm sorry, Bilbo Baggins' cousin. This is the funniest shit. His ghostwriter wrote this, because he can't write. He's got the writing capabilities of using a crayon, as Dr. Taft said. The whole time we're looking for spirits in the nooks and crannies of a place, the spirit may actually be found in a person who lives there. Many spirits just want their physical bodies back, after all. They want to smoke a cigarette, eat a pancake, yeah, right, lay out by the pool and feel the wind on their face or a touch of a loved one. What if the loved ones are all dead? Oh, that's interesting, right? That's right, because they're dead. The David Oman house in California is another prime example of a person rather than the location itself being haunted. David lives in a house that even the most intelligent and respected paranormal experts fear to enter. Barry Taff is a parapsychologist and a PhD who has done more than 4,500 investigations, including using the most advanced equipment. Yet he says that the David Oman house is the only place he feared to set foot in again after investigating it once. Dr. Taft claims that the house almost killed him and that nearly every time he goes there, more than 20 visits so far, he winds up in the hospital. So I had to ask him, how could someone live there and not be affected? And this is the stupidity of you, Mr. Bozo Baggins. What's the first thing I would have said is you went there one time and it almost killed you. What the hell compelled you to return to the Oman house times? Are you freaking nuts? Are you a sadomasochist? What is it? Do you like to feel pain? You seem to be being affected by the house, but your question of illegitimate ignorance and stupidity goes to the point of saying, well, how's it not affecting David Oman? And my first thought is you never even followed up with a question saying, but Dr. Taff, you went there 20 times. How come? How come you went there 20 times? I hope ZB's still there. You know, in love with you. Listen here, Bubsy Boo. Dr. Taff, who I speak to, and I can get him on the phone right now, thinks you are dog shit. You blocked him. If this is even Mr. Bozo Baggins, which I doubt it is. But the fact is, you blocked Barry because you had the audacity to take liberties and edit his interview footage in the Demon House. So when he called your asses up and called you out, where you took this question and you had this answer and you switched the parts so it would fit your narrative of bullshit, the fact that you tore down the Demon House so no one else could go in there, so you'd have a patented excuse that, well, you know, we had to tear it down because it was so terrible place. How many years was it there before you walked on the fucking planet, let alone walked in there? You talk about hyperbolic dog diarrhea, man. You take the cake. You take the cake. So back to what you said about me being a poltergeist agent. Where's my... Yeah. Just because you're so wickedly swift and smart, I wanted to give you a little credit for something. You see, it's because you called me a poltergeist agent that I had these business cards put together. See that? David Oman, poltergeist agent. An afterlife style company. So, I mean, thanks for giving me the moniker of poltergeist agent. These cards, you don't know how much attention people love these cards and are clamoring for them. Unlike, I own a museum of haunted items, and I'm so disrespectful of the dead that I decided to put Sharon Tate's wedding gown next to Charles Manson's blood and ash portrait. Do you have any cockamamie idea, sweetheart, what your afterlife is going to look like? Do you have any idea what you're going to enjoy for all eternity? I feel so happy to know that I have a small idea of what it's going to be like. And I look forward to your enjoyment of it. Because eternity, as they say, is an awful long time. And the bell just went off again. And the dead bell says, you have the whole of your eternal life to suffer. You thought the movie Phantasm was bad or Hellraiser? I got news for you, boy. Kiss that thought goodbye, because it'll be 25 times worse. So back to what you were eliciting with your comments about me, about asking Dr. Taff. When I met the owner, David Oman, I knew right away that something wasn't right with him. I couldn't tell if it was personal, mental, or the house. But it didn't take long for something powerful and dark to affect me and my crew. Yeah, the fact. Yeah, when you have nothing upstairs, what can you affect? It seemed to control David Oman and was trying to gain control of us too. The question was, what was it? The spirits of Fox Hollow Farms were easy to identify because the murders had been committed because of the murders that had been committed there. But the David Oman house was different. As far as we know, no deaths had occurred on the premises. The house was in close proximity to the mansion where the Sharon Tate murders, where Sharon Tate and her friends were murdered by the members of the Charles Manson cult. But that was all we knew of. And those murders had occurred at least 200 yards away in a house that no longer exists, no longer was there. Oman was quick to tell us that he feels he's being affected by Tate's spirit. But Dr. Taff felt it was something more and was getting on that and what was going on, and I agreed. Dr. Taff described the energy of the house. My instruments, geomagnetometer, natural tri-field meter, air ion counter, etc., indicated bizarre and totally unprecedented magnetic field amplitudes and polarities throughout the entire house. Combined with an ambient electromagnetic background anywhere from 20 to 100 times normal, The house was a compass needle's worst nightmare. In fact, there were several locations in David's home where the compass needle would spin wildly as if near a quadrupole, which does not occur in nature. And on other occasions, almost everything in the house seemed to be emitting a very strong magnetic field, including glass, wood, plastic, leather, none of which are ferromagnetic or paramagnetic. While on the stairwell, disembodied voices could be heard, but they were not always recordable. At times, it sounded like someone loudly snoring on or with asthma. At other times, it was like the muffled conversations were occurring. If I stood in the stairway too long, I became dizzy and nauseous. Even more amazing was that the David Oman house allegedly sits on Native American burial grounds. If this is you, Mr. Bozo, the braggart, high school dropout, is it? That knows so little about history? Where did you come up with that crock of shit story that the house is built on Native American ceremonial burial grounds? Was it the fact that I told you something that was told to me that I kept under wraps for about 10 years until you walked in and I told you on your show about what Lisa Williams had claimed? That one Native American died by accident and his body had rolled down the hill and he was basically covered in a mudslide through the years and centuries? One individual. And you took one person who died by accident and turned the frickin' property and the whole hillside into a frickin' cemetery. Where do you come up with this shit? I mean, I almost feel like posing the question on that stupid commercial on for how do you sleep at night? But seriously, how do you? You have a conscience there, kid? Because you seem to be so full of shit. It comes out of your pores when you make statements that are so flatly, patently false. And the funniest thing is that I've heard other people regurgitate that same minutia, including Scott Michaels. And I said, where'd you hear that from? When I was on Bridget Marquardt's podcast a few years back. And I said, Scott, Zach Baggins hasn't a degree in history. Zach Baggins didn't go to college. And Zach Baggins doesn't know shit about the history of the area. I said, the idea that I told him something that he conflated into your house is built on Native ceremonial burial grounds. It's like, excuse me. Do you also believe in regurgitating the shit you see in a fictional motion picture called Poltergeist? Because that's certainly the storyline of Poltergeist. The house is built on a burial site, and you move the bodies, you move the headstones, but you left the bodies. That sound familiar there? I mean, the conjecture and the BS that you spout is just so patently stupid and pathetic and so inane. It's like anyone with a brain that can see through it just has to do a little research and find out that there were no, at any time, Native American burial sites in Benedict Canyon. So, your book is about as good as what do they call it? Tinder, to put in a fireplace, to start a fire. But that's about all it's good for. And I keep it on to show people what kind of an ass you are with what you said. Where was I? It allegedly sits on Native American burial grounds. Not a good idea. Benedict Canyon is said to have been sacred burial area for Native tribes. The hell said that? Where'd you come up with that lie? I mean, did your ghostwriter, this girl named Kelly Krieger, say that, or was that your patented lie that you came up with? Because that is totally false. And you know something? I did a lot more research to write my book, Goes to Cielo Drive, to prove your point was full of shit and empty crap, lies. Because it's not true. Native tribes, but there was no way to know for sure whether this is true. So you put in that little clause so you don't know because you don't know, but you put it in there because it sounds like you're intelligent. Like there's somebody that gave you a doctorate in history, which you don't have a doctorate, let alone anything of a thing of a let alone a high school diploma, I think. But in any event, let's just let this go on so ZB can hear this. Sweetheart, I don't have to project, you shit. What's that say there? Kelly Krieger. You see that? That's because you write with crayons and you needed somebody else to write your book for you. See, on my book, There's one person that's there as the author, and that person is me. You don't have the shit and the brains to write a book outside of color book and using the coloring pencils to color within the lines thereof. Jesus, projecting. Sweetheart, I went to college for 4.5 years. You played DJ at that college, okay? So spare me your drog shit. I've heard some others really salacious stories about this man in Vegas and how the police has looked the other way to some claims of some things that were less than appropriate with women that were under, well, let's not go into that, but I've heard some things, some friends that live in Vegas that are higher up that told me the stories through the years. You really, you should not be speaking so boldly about anything. He's got a museum. And so does Mickey Mouse. That's what I think of that. Except I go to the Mickey Mouse Museum any day. I wouldn't pay a cent to go to your trash heap. God help us. Hi, John. So let's go on with this. Let's read some more what he has to say. There were no historians, no records, no record keepers, and no technologies to record their lives. But we do know that the natives lived, fought, sacrificed animals, and buried their dead in this area. Secondly, last I checked DSS, dumb shit schmuck, the Native American tribe, the Tongva tribe, as well as the other tribes that were in this area, did not practice in human or animal sacrifice. Newsflash, bullshit is bullshit, and you are full of it. What do you think? The Aztecs, the Mayans, down in Central America? Really? Is that what? Wow. Gee, that's some good shit there you're smoking there, Zach. I hope you got the brain cells left to bury yourself in that. My God, the free promo. If it's in the gosh darn 25-cent bargain deal pile over at gosh darn the thrift and right depository, you can bet your ass you're not seeing a dime of this, sweetheart. I love you thinking you're making money. What's the word? You must be the queen of denial, because you certainly look like Nefertiti running down that fucking river, babe. Let's read a little bit more of this. Yes. Oh God, they had no crystal ball. They couldn't have foreseen that one of the largest cities in the world would one day overtake their sacred land with tractors. Tractors? What are you fucking watching goddamn Green Acres there, boy? I think your land is in the fucking paddock. Sorry. Jesus. What is this? Largest cities in the world would overtake their sacred land with tractors, homes, technology, parties, and even murders. Yes, like the Native Americans were unfamiliar with the thing of murder. Yes, Zach, you are the primitive beyond primitive of primitives. Because anybody that could make that and write that and claim that I wrote that and be proud of it, really? I don't know of a 3-year-old that would read this and wouldn't find this amusing. I think a 3-year-old or AI could do a better job than this, but we have to remember the way Native tribes thought, and you're one that knows. You're the aficionado on how Native American tribes thought, right? Because you've gone out to the gosh darn Skinwalker Ranch, and you went out to the Demon House, and you talked to the Native American tribe there. So that means that the Cherokee that are in the Central Plains, and the Sioux and the Arapaho are the same as the Tongva. Really? I'm sure that they'd have a lot to say about that kind of assumption, presumption, and pathetic state of affairs of your belief system, sweetheart. You've got the brains of an ignoramus. Just remember that as we read this, as you wonder why it's so amusing to those that love to hear this because they find it so pathetic. We have to remember that they had a relationship with Mother Nature and on this land. And then we came along and desecrated it. Can you blame them for being pissed? I believe it curses the spirits and taints the energy there. Let me read that to you again. I believe it curses the spirits and taints the energy there. Anybody out there care to throw a thought of what the fuck that goddamn line of garbage meant, because I can't translate from imbecile to human, or even gosh darn Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal to understand what that even meant. It curses the spirits. Spirits, I don't even want to touch it because it's such bad writing. And I'm glad you aren't blaming this girl, Kelly Krieger, that she didn't write this, because this is just crap. I mean, there's just making no sense of heads or tails of this thing. Oh, but it gets even funnier. Let me read further. I believe it because the spirit contains the energy there. The land is not supposed to be disturbed. No, you're the one who's disturbed, and you don't have to be, but you are very disturbed. Let alone have homes built on it. It's like an Egyptian sarcophagus that shouldn't be opened. Oh my God, he's now tapping into the Mummy, the frickin' movie, The Mummy, with all the person shit that he's going into now, which we know anyone with, oh, let's not even, I can't even, it's tempting just to say, throw this out and burn it. It's just so funny. In my opinion, of course, he tables it within his mind. In my opinion, the Sharon Tate murders only agitated the energy even more. I think those heinous acts awaken something in the ground that either wants them to leave or wants vengeance. And whatever spirits were awakened are so strong that they are also affecting David Oman. Now, to me, every attorney I talk to, I should have pointed out saying that's slander. You're slandering the spirits, saying that they're affecting me. What's the matter? You don't like to fly an airplane, Mr. Baggins? You afraid that you're getting too close to heaven too soon? From what I've heard, you can't go traveling very far unless it's in a car or a bus. I think you've been affected by the spirits, Mr. Baggins, just a wee bit. Sad. David is a nice guy, but we had issues with him. When the cameras were off, he liked to argue. He would be nice one minute and then causing problems with the crew the next. He made the biggest deal of the smallest issue, like a small mark on the wall that made him snap. Let's address this story, since this might be you, Mr. Bozo. Your crew had a 4 foot by 2 foot by 10-inch deep pelican case with little round metal studs on the edges. Hear me? One of the camera cases, he wheeled it into the wall that happens to be the screen for the 210-inch projector. There was about a 3-inch long by about an inch by about a good 3/4 of an inch deep gash in the middle of the screen. Now, I'm talking to somebody that was a DJ, so you understand what the costs are for equipment and replacement and gear and stuff. Well, let me give you a 411. The paint that sits on that wall is a special type of a screen paint that is highly reflective, and it costs about $200 for a gallon, or about $80, $75 for a quart. And that hole has to be perfectly cleaned and then patched and then sanded with a couple of different sanding type papers to make it explicitly clean to match the rest of the surface of the screen. Then it had to be primered, then it had to be painted, which cost $100. And you cheap bastards whined and bitched about the $100. So you have the umbrage and the disgusting, distasteful behavior to put that in your book, like somehow I wasn't justified in getting up your ass about paying a $100 bill, which you guys refused to pay. You know how cheesy and cheap you sound? You come off in this book with the truth being known, that it's cheap and pretty despicable that you even put it in a book. But since you did, the attorney said you can go and explain that so people can know the truth about the real story behind these comments. Since he's opening up the can of worms, you have every right and liberty, via First Amendment, to respond to these accusations that you so blatantly display. And you know something? You're not worth it because you're so weak. You're so weak. And like I said, I do fine. I can't wait till it's the other time and you go to the other side and have the time of your afterlife. Oh, I'm sorry. The unpleasantness of your afterlife awaits you. Let us read on to what he had to say. Mark on the walls will make him snap. We were wary around him, almost scared of him at times because he was so unpredictable. He could turn into someone else at the drop of a hat. But was that really him, or was that someone else manipulating him? David seemed to know when something paranormal was about to happen in the house. We were interviewing him once with the cameras off, and he would tell us when the figurines were going to fall over or loud noises weren't going to be heard. I only laugh because that is the biggest crock of shit lie in the entire universe. And I happen to be standing in the room right behind the camera, and the laptop is, in fact, the aquarium where the figurines got knocked over. And the funny thing is that you guys, I have it on video where you had the meltdown when you were in the house all by yourself with Nick, standing right here, and the figurine got knocked over, and Jay out of the truck in the van said, guys, did you hear that on the walkie-talkie? And some 16, I think I counted like 10 or 15 seconds after the figurine dropped, and you didn't hear it, you didn't see it, you were notified of it, you had a flipping out meltdown, going, the figure, you start stuttering, and even Nick goes, hey, Zach's having a problem. And I'm like, you didn't see it, you didn't hear it, but you're having a meltdown like you just took a doof in your pants? You really take the cake for the quote unquote paranormal investigator professional. What kind of a God, I mean, I've been in this room and they've knocked over in front of me. I've been in the room and the thing's flown off the aquarium. I've never, in 23 years here, ever, that to me is just bad form, sir. Bad form, old man, very bad form. I mean, if you're claiming to be a paranormal investigator of the profession and the highest order and degree, my God, man, do you have a meltdown for the cameras, or do you have a meltdown because you can't deal with the fact that there's reality to your subscribed storyline of bullshit? I swear to God. You mean the toy that you rigged to fall over? You only wish, pathetic boy. Last I heard, when they shot that show, the Aftershocks, you were too scared to come back here because you were afraid of the house. Oh, that has to hurt. Even Barry said he'd be coming back here if he had could put on some kind of a protective suit. But you scared of flying, won't show up. Let's finish the rest of the chapter since you were so brilliant in your take on things. God help us. David seemed to, once the camera's off, he would tell them this. He seemed to have a relationship with the spirits, and Dr. Taff even said that he may be a poltergeist host. He talked to the spirits the way a parent talks to its noisy child when the family has company, with terse scolding. At times, we were almost investigating David instead of the house. Dr. Taff was definitely afraid of him. All right, 2 points to refer to. When I went to the top of the stairs, and before I walked out of the house, and they said, David, you got to clear the house. I walked to the top of the stairs, looked down the stairs, and I said, spirits, I know you want to fucking kick their asses and make them feel pain. I know you want to take it out on them and wring their fucking necks. I know you want to. I said, I'm pleading with you and I'm begging you not to harm them whatsoever. I did that not because I cared about my self-worth or my physical being. I was concerned with you, Aaron, and Nick, and everybody else that was part of the crew that was shooting here. So when you write that little disgusting diatribe of dog shit, and you make, like, excuse me, don't talk about the shit that I did that night compared to the shit you've done in the length and time that you've had that show, that Mickey Mouse show based on a flying brick in a gosh darn thing that was part of Nick's storyline. The idea that you went so far out to think that what I did was bad, sweetheart, you're called a pig on the other side. The spirits have no respect for you. You trying to agitate and irritate them and confront them and ask them and trying to belligerate them. I've got news for you. You're one to talk, sweetheart, in this book. I mean, this is the joke of jokes, man. You're throwing, what is it? Yeah, people in glass houses should not throw stones. And people with a brain the size of a pea should not make claims that they are anything but a fraud. Okay? So that's what I think of that. And then the second thing is, funny, when I'm done reading this, I'm going to call up one Dr. Barry Taff so he can talk, because he loves to talk about you, if that is you, because I think Barry has a few choice words to add to this. David Oman is another example of spirits living inside or through human beings. Really, I think that's liable again, but that's, he says, goes, David Oman is another example of spirits living inside or through human beings. I believe. Oh, because he tabled it with I believe. So he's entitled his opinion. The affected people take on bizarre personalities and unpredictable behaviors. When I look in their eyes, I don't see the person, but the spirit inside them. Not their own spirit, but the spirit of someone else who's passed over. They are half alive and half dead. Oh, kind of like you, except I think you're more dead than alive. Almost like zombies. Yeah, another fictional creation of folklore. But yeah, okay, yeah, you go with that zombie shit, man. Because you buy into every fucking fallacy and farce there's out there and every myth that you can buy. They have a hard time answering questions because they confuse the history of their own life with the history of the spirit inside. Oh my God, what's going on here? What year is this? I swear to God. Oh my God, it's the fucking, I don't know. Who has this? Oh my God. I'm all confused. Because this isn't my body. I'm just dropping in to say hello, to poke about and see what the world's looking like these days. My God, what the hell is that thing? It's lit up and there's numbers and March 12th, 2016. Oh my fucking Lord. I must be in the year 2016. Wow, 100 years later. See, I was around, I died of the Spanish flu. That's a bitch. But then again, if you're Zach Baggins, you know too much about that word. The word applies, right? Anyway, let me finish this story because everybody wants to hear this finishing last few lines. Answering questions because they confuse the history of their own life with the history of the spirit inside them. Like half of their life is gone, or they just can't remember it. Haunted locations haunted locations can change people. Ooh, wow, that's proverbial. Maybe the spirits who refuse to leave that location also refuse to leave the people who live there. Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. It's a nice theory, if you want to call it that. But oh no, I think I'm getting blacked out. I think David's coming back. Oh no! Wow, that was a trip. I guess that spirit inside me, one of the many, just took over. I mean, wow, that's amazing. God, there's some credit to this crap like hell, my ass. God help us, really. Let me just give it to you straight, clean, and to the bone, kids. You want a book? You want to read a book and spend the night reading a book about the paranormal without any hyperbolic bullshit and any theoretical crap about demons and possession and all the nonsense that everybody's banking on these TV shows and the drama that you read about in the TV, watching the TV shows. I'll show you the book together. There's the book. It's the one and only Ghost of Cielo Drive. That's right. The people that you see on the bottom, this is Sharon Tate, Jack Johnson, Rudolph Valentino, whose home was across the canyon. This book is 230 pages of the truth, the facts. Nothing comes close to that trash bag that I just read, 3.5 pages. And the pictures I show you, I will show you. I show you pictures. You want pictures? I have lots of pictures. Yes, indeed. But they're not so much of me. They're pictures of things like important things, ghosts. You see this? This is ghost. This is picture of ghost. Many pictures of spirits in book. There are not such things. Who am I? I'm dos vidanias inzade. That's right. I'm another spirit in David's house, whatever. No, don't get tough with me. I lived through the programs. There's even a picture of the house from the underside. You see? So you get an idea of the location. Pictures of me, I don't really need pictures of him. Let's see another picture. And there aren't many pictures. Oh, okay. I have to admit, there is a picture of Mr. Oman and, of course, 2 famous individuals from the NFL, the sense of National Football League. Don't ask me how I know this stuff. I'm in Russia, been dead for over 200 years. I was in the Tsar of the Centurion Nicholas the First. You see this? Whoops, sorry. There you go. This is Rob Gronkowski and Dan Gronkowski. They both played tight end in the NFL. Don't ask me how I know this stuff. It's not important. You want to see how gloriously egocentric I am? I have a picture of my 2 dogs. Why? Why picture of dogs? Because dogs were important. Dog was very important in the paranormal activity in house. And therefore, if you see dog, you understand the connection. Not picture of, hey, look at me. I'm Zach Baggins. I'm here to have you look at me. I'm the poster child for needy children, needing to be looked at and attention-starved individuals. Let's see other picture. Give me ghost picture. Give me picture of dog and cat. That's nice. Picture of other people and ghost and Dr. Taff. Look at this. See this? There is Dr. Taft. There is picture of ghost. What is this? This is Charles Gould. He's the gentleman that got dragged up the corner of the ceiling. Fan? Who fan of you? I wipe my ass with the other pages of your book. What, you kidding me? When I run out of toilet and paper to use for wiping ass, I take out pages of book. That's why book is so loose of papers, because I use it to wipe my ass with. I keep those 3.5 pages to read to people to show them what kind of an imbecile you are. Fan? Sweetheart, you have fan that you plug in wall to give you fucking breeze. That's about all you've got. That's your fan. I heard you had a problem with one Playboy playmate. Nice working for you. Good. You end up sleeping with broad that sleeps with older men than your fucking grandfather. You are something special. See, here's a picture of downstairs. This is true. This is important because this was going flopping back and forth with Rick McCallum. So you see my book. How many pictures you see so far? How many pictures of me you see so far? 1? Of course. Because, here's a nice picture. This is good picture. This is your old partner, the one you fuck over. Do you recall? That's right. This picture right here. There is he. There he is, Nick Groff. Yes, the dead bell rings. That is Nick Groff right here. He came by to visit. See, he not chicken shit like you, little putski. You won't come back to house. Nick came back to house, not afraid. Make you look like really shitty post. You can't even afford a desk fan? Who need desk fan? I have air conditioner, tweet little. Sorry, twat waffle. You funny character. You can't afford a desk fan. Who need desk fan? Need desk fan, you need something more. Let's see. There's Chris Fleming and me. See, these are people, not just me by my lonesome. See, Chris Fleming. Good guy. God knows what he thinks of you. My God. People are afraid. afraid of what you might do to them. I find this amusing. I find it sad. More picture of ghost. See this? I hope you can. Let me see. There you go. You see this? Picture of ghost. Picture of two pictures of two ghosts. Not too bad. Certainly better than picture of you running all over your ass. My goodness. Here, important pictures of construction. Hey, Ray, you okay? Doggy boy. I'm getting hungry. You're right. I mean, there are so few pictures of anybody but ghosts and people that have been here. In any event, it is late. Oh, it is very late. I am very hungry. I am going to go to Taco Bell, I think. Yes. One more picture of ghost. Yes, I saw that. Where is that picture? Hey, Samantha. One more picture of ghost. You know, it would be nice if this ghost book that you wrote could actually have pictures of ghosts, not the soon-to-be ghosts. In any event, remember, folks, August 8th and August 9th, American Ghost Walks is doing their 2 events here, so please come and join us for that. The information is in the description. Again, what the hell? There you go. There's the stuff you want. The books at Ghosts of Cielo Drive. Go grab yourself a copy. John Walters. ZB played me like a... Where, in what world do you think that even possibly... He played me like... Gee, I won't even justify or dignify that comment with a response of, are you anything but other than, yeah, he really owned me. Wow, I really feel owned. I feel shamed. I feel kind of like sad. He owned me. He got to write his little comments that no one's going to be able to read when this replays, and no one will know about. But they will hear, which is what counts and what lasts, is what I said on the video. So for all that thinking that he owned me, I think you're missing the bigger picture. The replays are more important than the original airing, because this whole little thing of the comments that you're writing, no one will see, so it won't matter. So like I said, and even if they could see that, it still doesn't defy or deny the fact that he got owned by me. And as I said, I've lived here 23 years. He lasted 3 hours of a 6-hour lockdown and ran out of here scared to death and has never come back. So I really don't know about owned anything. I don't see it as that, and I don't know who the hell could possibly. Maybe in Jerry Seinfeld's Bizarro world, but no. Hey, what's the roller disco jockey doing there? Yeah, you ever make a movie? Oh, that's right. You made that haunting, the demon house. Gee, you know, I gotta call up somebody to talk about that, since you're still there and you like to talk and think that you're so smart. I just love it, because I have somebody that people know and have a little more respect for than your 2-bit. But here we go. You still looking for a life there, sweetheart? Or are you still afraid to fly? Fear of flying took on new meaning in your head. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm on my live stream right now, and there's somebody that says he's Zach on the stream. And
wait, back up. It's a really bad connection. I'm only getting about 1 of 3 words you're saying.
Oh, can you hear me now?
A little better, yeah.
All right, I'm on a live stream right now.
Which means what, you have people over?
Well, I've got 36 people watching me live on YouTube, and we're talking, and this character who says he's Zach Baggins is like making comments and stuff, and these people are like I said he's made some comment about my movie. He goes, he didn't lose millions, Zach. You regard. No, so I figured I'd call you up because I know you can't stand him, and I wanted you to be able to. Zach just goes, no one would know about David's house without me. Hey, schmuck, How many shows was I on before your stupid, pathetic ass came here
Let people
after
know that
3
I was at
years?
your house first in 2005. That's 20 years ago.
Right. And Zach was here.
I never even met Zach Baggins by their name, never spoke to him.
And like I said, I was on Ghost Hunters, My Ghost Story, Paranormal Witness,
Right.
Haunted History.
Yeah.
I forgot the other show. I think that's right. Searching for Satan. What was the other one? Searching for Satan in 2006. We also did, what was it? Whatchamacallit Live we did. Dead Famous Live as well in the UK. So, I mean, the idea that they were after me for 3 years and I kept talking and I finally told you and you said, no, don't do their show. I don't think you should do their show, especially because, as you said, he's an agitator and he's a little bit of a, malcontent towards the spirits.
Well, he's a liar, basically. You're still talking about Zach, right?
Oh, yeah, of course I'm talking about Zach.
He exaggerates, he misrepresents. When he last interviewed me, when you were there, before you brought you out, I went over everything in detail. And what was the most interesting or depressing was that I brought that photo that I enhanced, showed it, and I said, look, this is not a normal picture. Not seen, but the camera got it, and look what enhancement showed. This may tell us more about that environment than anything else that's occurred. And he eliminated it from the show. Who cares? When I was on the thing with him in where was it?
Iowa?
No, in Detroit, Illinois. It was June 5th. It was January 5th or something of 2015, and we're there. It was so cold. It was like 3 degrees outside. So even with my cold weather jacket, I had to wear racing gloves, and my hands would have frozen. And then I found out later, when the video gets released, that he claimed that some entities possessed him. They were trying to get him to kill me. Right?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. He's now.
And I can fly without a plane. It's like it's just more. I mean, I never met the original people that lived there. Never interviewed them. I wanted to take measurements all around the house, walking in about 10 blocks in every direction to see if there are any generators or if the Earth was putting out strong geomagnetic information. We couldn't do that. It was too cold, and he wouldn't pay for the insurance for my devices to be sent there. And it's a good thing to spend an hour there, and you're going to draw those instruments. We could do it in an hour. It takes days or weeks to do that. He didn't. It is the whole bit. Then he showed me something else that came out of the wall. I go, oh yeah, but you only found it now, right? You didn't, when you looked at the footage, you didn't see it. Why didn't you tell me it when you first saw it? You didn't comment on that. And then after you sent me the video of that house, where it was.
The Demon House.
I called him. Long enough. He sent it to me. It was fine. The DVD. I watched it. What a bunch of bullshit. So I called him, and all I said is, I'd like to talk to you about this DVD. You kind of went a little wild on it. I just would like to discuss things. And he never called back. He changed his email address, changed his phone number. At that point, who cares? No, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's not somebody I would put a lot of faith or trust in. He does what works for him. Who cares if it's real?
Because it's all about ratings.
He's a showman. He's a carnival barker.
Yeah.
From the old days of circus, that's what a carnival barker. And women think he's cool because he's strong and muscular and tall. Who cares? Just guy, I would call him to investigate a case. He gave me $1 million. Why? Because I know he's going to tell us. Oh, there's demons there. There's demons there. Well, maybe when he passes on, 50 years from now, he'll meet the Warren.
50 years? What are you talking? 50 years? You're generous. I don't see that happening.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Let's say he's in his 40s now. I don't know how old he is.
He's in his 40s. He's in his mid-40s now.
Okay, 65 years, whatever.
65? What are you giving me, 110? He won't live that long. Trust me.
What I'm saying
He'll be lucky if he lasts 30 years.
He grows old, and he passes away. And then he meets the Warrens, and they said, boy, you were far better than we were at lying about this. You you made a lot more money than we ever did.
Yeah, you perfected the scam with the goddamn with that stupid museum. You copied us. You did your museum, except you spent lots of money on really sick pieces of history that you're showing. Yeah. Oh, God help us.
Yeah, there's just for every credible person, there's thousands who are nuts. I mean, I won't mention someone I met before I even met you, because you know who he is. I'll mention him. And I went to meet him at a haunted hotel in Hollywood.
Zach is 48. There it is. Zach is 48 years old. So I was right when I said give him another 30 years. He makes it to that,
Okay. Anyway, this other person I met before I met you. I don't know. I already had met you. So
wait. ZB says, I was told David craps on me and that person was correct. I came here to ask him to stop running his mouth. Hey, fuck off, bozo.
What are you talking about?
He's driveling with him. He's driveling with his bullshit. Really? I talk about you? I don't need to talk about you. The reason why your name came up, bozo boy, is because you came on here to post some shit. So please, before I block you, just like you blocked me, I would mind your P's and Q's. And if you don't know what that stands for, your pathetic and quotative thoughts.
What?
No, I said his P's and Q's, his pathetic and quotative thoughts. I mean, the guy is such a bullshit artist. He says that he's a historian. You can't even pick up a book and read a history book because you don't understand English.
Right.
The stupid putz. My God.
I mean, I've met so many people who claim they were so gifted psychics and this and this. Okay. And then when I meet them, you realize they're full of shit because they don't know what they're saying. They make it up and they go, I won't mention the person, you know who he is. And when I saw him at this one location, he says, yeah, I think you and I already met. That's right. At this location. And he was freaking out, claiming there was an port in his room where something large moved on its own across the room or something. I'm going, oh. And he's freaking out. I go, wait a minute. If you're so in tune with all this stuff, and you're so gifted and in touch with it, why does this scare you? You're into this. This is what you are. Yet something happened. You're freaking out like a little kid. And I realized that I don't believe anything he said. So that went away. I didn't talk to him again after that. Except I met him at an event in the East Coast years later. I want to know if I knew how to get him in the Playboy match. And I go, no, I don't know.
Of course. Wait. He wants to see what I use his book for. Besides the fact that the cat peed on it. I mean, the cat did take a leak. This is what I used your book for. I think these are notes from an investigation at different time codes and stuff. So yeah, your book comes in handy as a scrapbook. It really does. It's really good for that. And like I said, for toilet paper. I don't know anybody that actually bought it. Like I said, I paid $0.25 and it was $1, including shipping from the what was it? What's that name? I forgot the name of the group. The what's it called again? The Salvation Army bookstore.
Well, that's where it works.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants it.
Right. What in reality, the stuff that sold the best regarding anything in the paranormal are by, like with the guy who wrote Dominion way back in the 80s, late 87.
He says, I made $2 million on my book, so say what you want. Sweetheart, nobody paid you $2 million for your fucking book. Maybe for the whole library of your books. I could see that because you wrote 20 piles of shit. The question is who wrote the book? Does the name Kelly Krieger mean anything? Because I don't see anywhere on my book, anywhere in this goddamn thing. Do you see this name here, there, Biscuit Boy? You see that? That means I wrote it. Unlike you that couldn't, color within the lines and you sold your name and the rights to your name. Look, you have no cred. You're a clown. You are a scared little puss that won't come back to the house. And you're such a chicken shit. You lasted 3 hours of your 6-hour lockdown, walked outside and fell to the ground like a puddle of shit. And we're like, oh, no. And I ran up to you and said, are you okay? And you go, I don't know. My head's killing me. My stomach is, oh my God. And now you're the queen of possession, The queen of self-possession. Man, you've been possessed so many times. It's time that the spirits repossessed you. You are such a fraud. The man, I'm possessed. I'm possessed. Goofy and but possessed.
He's haunted by his own brain.
He hasn't a brain, so how can you be haunted by that which doesn't exist?
It's not physical. It's
Scott Michaels wishes he were me. Speaking of queens, hey, listen here, derogatory little fruit basket turd, whoever the hell you are, to insult Scott Michaels. I got news for you. He's got more cred in his fucking left pinky finger than you have in your whole entire body, brandish butthead. Mr. Twatwaffle's talking about other people and insulting their sexuality because he doesn't have anything to talk about other than that because he wants to attack somebody else's sexuality. Well, good for him that he is what he is. At least he knows what he is. People often wonder, what is it that you are? Incredulous crap home of homes? Come on, schmo, go home. You know exactly who I am. Stop using that crutch. He says I'm using a crutch. What crutch, schmuck boy? Before you were walking on the fucking earth, I was doing far bigger things than you were and not bullshitting around trying to become a fraud. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to own up to that fraudulent shit when you die. And I got news for you. When you do, Zach, no way in hell you're going to be anywhere around in the place where they're floating upstairs with angels. Trust me. I got an insight. You are going to have one painful eternity for what you've done and how you've treated people. Oh, and let's not forget people that you've dissed on besides me. Bloody Mary in good old New Orleans. And I think Keith Linderman up in Seattle also contacted me and said, yeah, he pissed all over us on Twitter and sat there and said my place wasn't haunted and this and that because he didn't see anything because it was there for only a couple of hours. You know, you like I said, Zach, there's an old saying of, I can sleep at night with a clear conscience. I know you don't have any clear conscience. So you're a crutch. He's saying crutch.
who cares?
You know, he's such, the guy's a, a pathetic thought. Good for you. You live in Las Vegas. I'm so happy for you. It's where the best of the best go to live the rest of their life.
What can you do?
ZB dated an ex-Playboy playmate who was shacked up with Hugh Hefner in a TV show that Barry was actually on called The Girls Next Door. So I really don't want to sit there and talk about he dates models. It's like, yeah, hand-me-downs from Hugh Hefner's. Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. There you go. I want sloppy seconds from Hugh Hefner. Whoa! Kybaya. Oh man, that takes the cake for what you couldn't say. He's such a stalwart in the community. God. That's Barry Taff, everybody. This is Dr. Barry Taff, who doesn't think too much of, Zach boy. With a positive bank account, hey, sweetheart, there's an old saying, and I don't think you have the brains to understand this. You can't take it with you. So happy trails when you drop dead. He's like, well, I have a big bank account. He's got a big Barry. You there? I'm here. I'm here. He says, trying to flex on me for dating women when you haven't been out with a woman in your life. And what does that do? Make you a better person if you think that's a knock? He's now trying to knock the fact that he says that I have dated. Zach, let's not get into what you've dated and what I've dated. Quality is quality, sweetheart. When you found some, it walked away from you because it looked right through you and saw what you aren't much there. So I don't want to worry about comparing those who I've dated and those that you've slept with.
But the things he's saying is like a child would say if you're arguing with him. Like Trump said, when he can't think of anything valid to say, he spews of all kinds of nonsensical stuff to misdirect the attention to something else.
Of course, because he does. When you have nothing to stand on, cred-wise, and factually accurate cred, you have to deflect and approach the attack mode of, well, if I don't have this, if I try to attack him, I'll make myself look better because I'm trying to discredit him. Good luck in discrediting. I don't have a flying brick as my goddamn stalwart. This is the moment that I became famous. God, the poor bastard's living on his fumes of his life. Oh yeah, I heard that Discovery just got bought and they fired your friend, the head of Discovery, too. There, the woman that gave you that big deal. I think that there's
He's
a
on
new
the travel.
shakeup.
I thought he was on the Travel Channel.
No, he was on Discovery Networks, but Discovery, like I said, just is now going to start cutting the fat. And I have a feeling the fat's going to start with some of those shows that they purchased as they're trying to renegotiate that contract that they gave him. God knows why.
There must be something going on with me and my presence online, because whenever that happens, I get all these people out of the blue contacting me when they, sometimes weeks or months ago, and suddenly within a matter of days, 100 people. Who? What? So the only thing they know is if something aired on TV and I'm in it. I don't know who it is. I don't ask them.
Zach just came up. This guy just came up with the best one of all. I'm seen by millions internationally. Yeah, and I got a good question for you, Schmo. What do they think of you? Do you think that they don't laugh? And there's people, most of those people are like, the guy's a drama queen. He's possessed again. Honey, watch the clown. He's possessed again. I mean, your credibility is...
He was stealing shit.
Right.
The people who followed Ed and Warren. I was asked to go on Oprah shows decades ago, 32 years ago. Who's going to be on? Oh, good. They finally said Ed and Warren. I said, I'm not interested. Why? Because I said, it's real simple. I said, the public doesn't know the difference between academics, parapsychologists trained in science who research this field, and lunatics, demonologists who chase demons under every bedpost. And none of the other people would go out with the Warren, so they canceled the show. But I said, I'm not going to waste my time because the camera will go on them because they're saying insane things. And that's what sells. The more insane and cracked out you are on the air, people say, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I know you. Why? Because he's saying it or she's saying it. And there were a dime a dozen. There was some really famous people I dealt with over the years, and I went, okay, whatever, don't bother me. Going on a show with a skeptic and a debunker is a waste of time because they know where their mind is at. They're not interested in evidence. They're interested in promoting what they believe in and what they don't believe in. So it's like, when I saw that.
That's it. Time out. This piece of shit trash bag is now saying things that are politically. Of course, David Oman's fans endorse genocide. Hey, bona fide dumb fuck. When are those hostages getting released? Oh, that's right. And you're some fucking cunt named Zach Baggins. It's time now to do the old thing of old things. Guess what that is? It's time to block the bona fide bunhead. You know what the old saying goes? You remember the old saying going, Barry, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I heard that. Yeah.
He's gone now. Bye. Happy trails, BZ or ZB.
This is guy, I guess
Zipper bag is what that is.
I chimed on and bothered you.
I just to start getting political and shit and doing this. No, Chad. What Barry's saying is true. The reason why you see Zach Baggins is because he's a drama head. They love drama. That doesn't mean that they believe him. It's entertainment. Remember that.
Right.
It's entertainment. Right. So because there's millions of people watching means what? That people are taking you seriously? That people are not laughing at you? Yes, they are.
It was interesting. When I saw him in Vegas, when you were there, he told me afterwards, he said, oh, yeah, he got engaged. Oh, that's great. Let me know how it goes, blah, blah, blah. Invite me to your wedding. And then the next time I saw him in the haunted house, wherever that was, another state, he said, I never got engaged. You told me. No, I never go to there. Okay. He may not even know what he's saying. Maybe he's related to Trump.
Oh, don't even start. Don't start.
No, what I'm saying is he lies. Okay, there's an old line for an old TV series that goes like this. Everything I'm saying to you is a lie, and I'm lying to you now. When you encounter someone with that mindset, you don't engage with them. Because you can't trust anything they're saying. Because it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Trump's the same way. He may have something about Japan giving him almost $750 million that he could keep. They don't want any feedback. It's out of his mind. And so, it's like when you hear that, you don't engage them because it'll go nowhere. You might as well be engaging a piece of wood and hold a piece of wood in your hand or a bat and go ask it a question and see if it answers you. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know you've got a point there, and I agree with you. I think a lot of that has to,
And that's why when I encounter stuff like that, I just walk away because like, well, I even waste my time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I was taking enough of the guff of this guy that was pretending to be Zach Baggins, and it was like, you know something? When he went there and he crossed the line and started talking politics, that's it. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to hear this crap.
So he said he was Zach Baggins, or someone impersonating?
Other people said he was impersonating. I kind of have this weird type of feeling that I think it might have actually been him, and people hate me saying that, and I'll tell you why. The things he was saying wasn't like a fan saying it. It sounded like they were things that he was saying, and the way the words were crafted and what his points were, it possibly could have been.
So you heard his voice, or just was?
I'm saying the text, the comments that he was making. I was reading them, going, you know, it just some of it just seemed like, you know, it would be something he would have said, like, because he did say that I gave you all this and you're biting the hand that feeds. And I'm like, you're the idiots that came after me for 2 years trying to get in my house to shoot your show. And I said, no. And then I caved in. I said, all right, fine, I'll do it. And sure as hell, I was right in my estimation that being on that show was going to be a fucking disaster, because he is all about him, and he tries to, you know, focus it on and put it all about him. So it was enough.
Well, who cares in the end? Like everyone else in the field, they get older, they're forgotten, they move on to something else that's less creative. It'll make them more money.
Yeah, because it's all about money. As the guy said, I got millions in the bank, blah, blah, blah. And the thought is, yeah, that sounds like him. That would be something he would have said to, especially to me, because, and the dead bell rang just now. And the point is, he would have he has that type of attitude. Look, I did the 2 shows with him. I spoke to him at length, you know, when we weren't shooting, and just getting a feel for him. And you know, it could have been him. It very well could have been him. Which asked me if I care less. I couldn't care less. Like I said,
in the end, who cares?
Yeah, in the end, like I said, I stand on my cred with my own 2 feet, knowing that what I've said all along is the truth. I haven't lied. I haven't bullshitted and faked anything. Excuse me. And I haven't disrespected the spirits the way he has. So, you know, Calamity. No, I'm not. So.
Is that him still saying?
No, I blocked him.
What?
I blocked him.
Okay.
How much more could I stand and take when he's making comments that are like, all right, you want to go there? Fine, you go there. But when he went that political thing, I just was like, cut it.
No, you would have said, well, let's see, how much money did you make off my episode? How much? $300 million? 1.2 million?
Yeah, I mean, the episode, the 2 episodes we were on, we made him a nice. Like I said, we saved his ass because I read an article saying that the trajectory and the ratings were going down. They had my episode. It was the highest rated episode in 10 seasons or 10 seasons, and it basically ran over and ran and reran and reran, and that was what was so important to him. And it really made a lot of sense. And it really made a lot of sense to him that, you know, that's why they did it. And, you know, that's what saved his ass. And then they did the follow-up, which was Aftershocks, which was where you and I brought David and Barry back together. And I'm like, are you talking about, man? You didn't.
No,
I just haven't lost contact with
we had some problems.
Well, yeah.
You were there. It was nice talking with you again. And it didn't change. It just, I hadn't talked to you in a couple of years, and you were there. We talked.
Chad, you're off your fucking mark. Oman is a Middle Eastern name, dumbass. There's a country. Have you heard of it? It's been in the news, Chad, quite a bit. Oman, right next to Muscat, right around the corner from Saudi Arabia. I think you should do a little investigating on what your thinking is before you make statements of such. Take a look and figure that out. That's why people from the Middle East always talking to me with a Middle Eastern accent. Said, "Oh, are you related to the Sultan of Oman?" I said, "I care not to discuss such things." You know, so let's be serious, Chad. I think you got to go look at that.
Yeah. There's a crazy person born every minute. What can you do?
I've never been there, Padriak.
If I had $10 for every lunatic I run across at my work, I'd be a multi-millionaire.
Gee, Barry, could you loan me some?
No, I'm talking about when people lie to my face and misrepresent things and lies to get money related to what I'm doing. I hate. And it's like it's one person. Sometimes it's women, sometimes it's men, sometimes they're older, sometimes they're younger, and it's and then eventually they shoot themselves out of the foot, but in the head, because they go so far that they don't realize that people realize that they don't realize that people watch the show. This guy can't be trusted.
I don't care.
He's lying. Yeah, he's lying.
Of course.
And so every time he goes out, things happen. Sure, they do. One of the earmarks of real parapsychology is that, and for my 56 years of work, is that I've gone out thousands of times to cases. I'm lucky if 1 in 100 produces an event when I'm at the location, maybe even less. There may be 10 cases out of over 4,000 where things happened. It was extraordinary. 10 out of 4,000. If you were gambling, you'd be broke in one day.
Yeah, no kidding.
And people don't realize it. This stuff really happened all the time. The people, public would accept it. There wouldn't be skeptics, and the people would be making trillions of dollars off the reality of it, not the bullshit. And so, what do we know is that many people say that that happens that wherever we go, it's always there. I asked some of those people when I was working on that case about the frequency of stuff, and they kind of looked at me and laughed. Is this stuff all the time now with your case? But and then, yeah, right. He rolled his eyes. Yeah, sure. And so it's like, what else? That's the one thing I can guarantee you. You could spend the next 100 years chasing this stuff all over the world. Your chance of encountering it would be 1 in a billion, maybe 1 in a billion. Because if your body isn't reactive to that environment, that's coupled with you, nothing happens. Stories where they travel to locations all over the world, take this haunted location, United States, Europe, wherever, and it goes nothing. And suddenly, one unique person comes in, and all hell breaks loose. And if you do a medical workup on them, you find there's some interesting medical situation, and it's always the same. No variations, but it's always the same. You can bet on it, and you win. And so we've learned that. And the problem is, we can artificially recreate the phenomena, but we possibly harm or kill people in the environment.
Yeah, God, I just heard that.
What I'm saying is that we know we can do this, but it would endanger, it would be immoral and unethical. Thank God crazy Zach doesn't know that. We go out and do it. Oh, I've got lots of money. Who cares if they sue me?
That's something great to think
there
about.
There are a lot of, when I was at lecturing in other parts of the country, people ask, are you doing this? No, why? You're subjecting your brain to strong magnetic fields. Why? Well, you heard it was interesting. Well, tell me when you're dead, let me know how it works.
What?
So suddenly, they were wearing these helmets that saturate their brains with strong magnetic fields. It was like, let's see what it does for us.
What the fuck were they thinking?
This is going back more than 10 years ago. And it's like they're using a device which could kill them. And it's entertainment. And I said, well, do it whatever you want. You're not getting me near it. No, there's all kinds of crap out there.
All right, I just looked at what time it is. It's 11:15. I've got 45 minutes left of my actual birthday. Dr. Barry Taff is on the phone, and I was thinking of either going to a Fat Burger or maybe Taco Bell and trying to see what I can get as the freebie for my birthday while it's still my birthday.
There was one out here that closed.
Why?
Out here that not enough people going there. I don't know. I used to go there a lot, and then it closed. There's another one. There's one at a gambling casino going back to LA, and they only open from 12 in the afternoon till 7 at night, and they're not open on Sundays. And but there was another one in I don't know. I've always enjoyed their burger. They give you a lot of food. It's a good piece of burger. Their chili is excellent. Their fries are good. Their drinks are good.
Who are you talking about? What? That's not
Fat Burger.
Fat Burger. Oh yeah, Fat Burger. Yeah. I love Fat Burger. Like I said.
If they had one here, I'd be going there 3 times a week. But they don't have one here. They don't even have it In-N-Out here, which is really upsetting.
No, you're lucky. You're not eating cardboard. People rave about In-N-Out Burger. It's like, yeah, it's cardboard. I'm sorry. I don't see much difference between In-N-Out and McDonald's. Oh, the toppings maybe are a little different, but the meat's the same.
Looks like they may be leaving the state because it's too expensive.
Oh, listen to this. That Zach came back as I just wanted to pop in and say that I think I've proven to everyone that David's a fragile-minded man who allows me to live rent-free in his head. Thanks for the free promo tonight. Hey, Zippy Pinhead, you are so full of shit. And talk about projecting. You're such a canned piece of trash that couldn't even shit come back here. You lasted 3 hours of a 6-hour lockdown, Patsy boy. You ran out. Oh, we're done. We got nothing. I said, you got 3 hours left in your investigation. Oh, we're done. We're done. Yeah, let's talk about living rent-free. Rent-free is the fact you couldn't walk in this house because you're such a lily-livered little shit fearmonger. A terrified little pansy, to put it politely, that couldn't walk back in the house. And you know something? I give cred to Nick Groff, because unlike you, pansy boy, whoever you are, Nick Groff came back here and we watched the video of Nick here. And you couldn't. You're the professional paranormal investigator, Mr. Bozo the Clown Baggins, and I can't go back to the Oman house. I tore down the demon house because the demon house was so scary. Yeah, to you, and the fact you wanted it pristine and no one to go in there and investigate because you were such a fearful little bitch that if somebody went in there and proved you wrong, you'd have such an uproar. So you tore it down. I heard you also bought the La Bianca house, and boo-hoo, the city of Los Angeles didn't allow you to turn it into a museum. Boo-hoo, 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 boo-boo. Ah, you're such a smart businessman, Zach. You take the cake. Zach, I block you because you're a racist bigot prick. That's why. You go political on my goddamn thing, you can go blow it out your ass, sweetheart. And yeah, you're removed again. Let's just do the right thing. Remove. Sayonara, suckface. And then let's hide the user from channel. So that's that. You're running from me? There's like, I run from diarrhea. That's what I run from. How about that? I don't like diarrhea.
Suffering from IBS.
No, he's.
I do run from that, literally.
Yes.
I've had that for 21 years, and it's turned my life into hell.
Les, do report him if you'd like. I have no problem with that. I already blocked him. You know.
No, he's never gotten back to me. Once I watched the video, all I said, give me a call, or I emailed him and called his number. I want to talk to you about your show, about that DVD you sent me. He never called. I didn't say anything negative. I just said, I just want to talk to you about it. Never heard from him. I called the numbers again. They were changed, or I was blocked.
Yeah.
The email, he changed his email address. He probably has this happen a lot. He doesn't talk about it. Wouldn't make him look good. You know, I mean, I remember,
he can't deal with anybody that challenges his intellectual insights. He's blocked everybody that I know that has tried to talk to him, and he gets all offended. He goes, I can't argue. I can't debate. So clink. It's like, who cares? When you're so paper thin skinned, does it really matter? The guy's got skin thick as fucking rice paper. It's so freaking thin.
Now listen, to show you the severity of people like Zach and others, decades ago I was working with MoveOn, Mutual UFO Network. We were having support groups after the communion came out. So I'm at the big house in West Valley.
Yeah.
And really nice. I mean, okay, the woman there, I forgot her name, short, younger than me, and very cute, and she's telling me her story. I'm listening, like, okay, thank you. And she says, what do you think? I said, well, you doesn't have the situation that we can work with you because what you described. Okay, so I left. Months later, I'm on my friend's computer. I wasn't even online yet. And look what this woman's saying about you. And he went, she claimed that she instantly knew upon meeting me that I was evil and not to be trusted. And then
you're killing me, Barry. You're evil and not to be trusted. That's a nice combo.
Then she said I hypnotized her. And I went home and used psychotronic weapons I have in my basement to direct evil entities to rape and attack her as she went about her day. And then she said, "Oh, I used her for the story for the book of the entity and the movie." And I went, "What? Wait, the entity case 74, 76. Movie came out in 83. This was 89 or need psychiatric intervention. They don't need a ufologist or parapsychologist.
They need a psychiatrist.
What?
They need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, well, and what's called psychiatric intervention. You know, and she was, I mean, and then, you know, and then other people saw what she wrote and they go, oh, please, yeah, evil. And I said, if I had that kind of power, I'd be a billionaire by now.
Yeah, really. Why would you? Why wouldn't you be doing something like making money at it?
Well, I wouldn't be at home. I wouldn't be living in a little tiny apartment in Palm Springs when it's 125 degrees outside with no car and no food to eat. Other than that, it'd be fun. At least I'm losing weight, which is good. I need to lose some weight.
No, Les, that's not Dr. Taff. He didn't play bass at the whiskey. Look, Barry, I got to get going. I'm going to sign off. I got to eat something. I want to get my gosh darn birthday, you know, something to eat. I'll call you if you're going to be up a little later. I can always call you on the drive to Westwood. All right, take care, Barry. All right, bye. Well, you guys all got to hear Dr. Taff and his perspective of the one douchey Baggins. I think people call him douche Baggins from what I've last heard. But in any event, that was a little story that I thought I'd share with you, since this character keeps coming back and trying to like, look at me, which to me is like, here, look at this. That's what I think about you and your shows. All of them, every single one of them. Not to mention the people that have been affected by the fact that he's shit on them on getting their shows removed from Discovery networks, which he claims I had nothing to do with. And those of us who are know better and know the story, that's exactly what the fuck happened. So look, I'm out of here. I'm going to go get myself my birthday free meal at goddamn Taco Bell. You guys have a good night. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure hanging with you guys. And now I'm up to 41 people. For those of you that are coming in late, watch the video later. I know that Zach, whoever that guy is trying to get himself another account set up so he can come back on and start spewing his BS. But I got to go because I got to eat and I want to get this before midnight. And that's all I got left of my birthday. So I got to go get that free meal right now. Anyways, you guys have a great one. Like I said, look in the description. There's the link to the event coming up on the 8th and 9th with American Ghost Walks, which they'll be streaming live. And you guys have yourself a good night, and I will talk to you later. And thank you again for making this a very, very special birthday. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I know I did.